Came out the mud, now we map out the stuff. Hands on the wheel, got my life in the car. Up and down roads, they said ain't for me. Now I run routes like a wide body Jeep. Selling work on the trunk, I was freezing at lights. Eating chips for dinner, counting quarters at night. Now it's bags in the back, got them strapped to the seats. Every mile one prayer, one now police. State line after state line, I was chasing a shot. Every mile marker felt like a ticking clock. Hit a rest stop shower just to rinse off the pain. Then I double that flip, did it all again. Highway to the million, I'm there for it. Turn that stress into stone, then I build with it. From a stash in the door to a safe in the crib. I was driving for my life, now I'm flying to live. Yeah. Highway to the million.
Yo, it's your boy DZ, man. You already know it's not about the setback. It's about the get back. I want to appreciate everyone that's became a member, that subscribed to the channel, and that watches the channel. I appreciate y'all. If you haven't already, hit that notification bell. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we go live. I appreciate all of y'all that rock with me, and I hope y'all continue to rock with me. What's poppin', fam? Make sure you hit that like button as soon as you come in the building. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel, man. You know I appreciate y'all, man. Hey, listen. You gotta understand this, right? The rules that's supposed to be applied to the streets, they always get broken. And it's always gonna be somebody next to you that violates you with the rules. Ain't nobody living up to the rules when the game is played and things ain't going their way. The rules go out the window. You think that there's a set of rules in the street that people is living by? That shit don't exist. It's pretendo. It's fufafi. A lot of these jokers be acting like they live into the rules, but they not. You know, when they go sit to themselves and there's some real smoke going on, they gonna tell themselves why they gonna break the rules. Man, hey, if it was me, they'd do it to me. I don't care about none of that. This what we seeing happen right now with the boy Wicked100 and Big U. This what we seeing. The rules that were supposed to exist are these gangsters. They don't exist. It's always like that. It's going to be somebody that might be playing gangster. There's somebody that's telling. Or it could be both niggas telling but acting like they gangster. In this situation, we see what's going on. Big U thought he was going to handle it in the streets with Wicked100. Wicked100 said, we ain't handling nothing in the streets. I'm going to line you up with the authorities, right? And when you hear Wack talk now, he tell you every excuse in the book why him and Big U fell out. But you ain't telling the people that you put the people on the man. You ain't telling the people that, hey, it got dirty. So what? I put the people on him. I had to get him up out of here. I really was scared of him. You ain't telling the people that shit, but you trying to make it look like something else. Man, anybody that doesn't understand the streets, you better know that it's a dirty game. Ain't no fair fighting. You know, and this is what we seeing with Wack. Ain't no fair fighting. Wack didn't fight fair in this situation. He knew what he was going to do. When he got into it with Big U, He knew he was going to line him up. And he played the role. See, the feds got unlimited resources. They got so many different people that's cooperating. Niggas that is willing to cooperate. They got unlimited resources. They find cases on jokers. They flip them. And we already know Molly Ball had cases on him. Yeah, he did fed time. He had situations. So, of course, Molly was going to flip on the situation. The same thing with Dale. Dale had cases. Of course, Dale was going to flip on him. These niggas got cases. See, the feds like niggas that got cases that flip, right? And you got to understand, they don't care that you got a case to the court system. Nah, they using that to their advantage. You know, it been plenty of situations in court, right, where niggas go in there and then the prosecutors say, you got these open cases, right? You took this plea because you wanted to get leniency on your charges and you was willing to testify. That shit don't hold no weight to a jury. Straight up. They looking at everybody that's involved is criminals. They don't care that you took a lesser sentence to testify. They looking at the broad picture. These are all criminals. So what? All right, he flipped on his homie. This is what's happening. He flipped on his homie. So Wack already knew what he was going to do with Big U. He knew what he was going to do. You know, dude is playing for keeps. And this is what people got to understand about it. He playing for keeps. You know, when we leave this earth, right, you do understand that you leave the earth by yourself. You know, it's a mental thing with people when they want to be judged a certain way by other people. You know, and there's certain people that step outside of that mindset and say they don't care. So they willing to do dirty stuff like whack and line your ass up. They willing to do that. You know, some people got integrity, you know, morals about themselves because they live in a street code and they don't want to do certain things because they don't want to be judged by others. But you got a lot of people that don't care about that. And when you got a lot of people that don't care about being judged, about the morals and the integrity, you dealing with a dangerous game. Straight up. This is why the game's so dangerous out there. Because it's a lot of niggas running around acting like they gonna stand on principles, but they not. They not standing on no principles. They care about what benefits them. So if it benefit them to turn you into the authorities, they gonna do that. They ain't worried about if a nigga gonna judge me and say, yo, you telling. Nah, you know, and then you got beef with the Joker, right? Dude scared of Big U. He know he's scared of Big U. Only way he could get him up out the way is to line him up. That's the only way. So it's unlimited resources that the feds got that they use to manipulate and do what they do in the system. Niggas is always gonna be telling to the end of time. You know, this shit been going on forever. You know, you taught as a kid, yo, don't tattletale. You think that people, when they get older, they not gonna tell to get out of situations? They not gonna feel like this is a tool I can use to get at you if I can't do nothing with you? We know Wack ain't like that, right? Wack can't fight. Wack ain't like that. He ain't gonna get down. He ain't gonna pop nothing. But you think about it, right? He got the tool as them people, the feds. He got a crazy tool. We know what the feds gonna do. They gonna lay you down. They gonna indict you. They gonna make your life a living hell. And this is a fact. So Wack is using the feds to his advantage to make his enemies a living hell. And they ain't understanding the shit yet, until they in a situation. Nah, the boy is gonna make sure that he uses the government to his advantage, because the government want indictments. They want to get all the indictments they can get. They do this for a living. They wake up every single day charging people, pressing cases, indicting people. This is what they do day in and day out. So they would love for a joker that's outside in the street to be bringing them information. This is what they using Wack for. Wack is a hell of a tool in the toolbox. Yeah, Big, you ain't understand that part though, And I'm gonna play in a second where Wack is talking about, Big U being a demon, and this is what he say about the people now. He say that about Loose Cannon too. Loose Cannon's the devil. Everybody is a demon or a devil now to Wack. But these are all the people that Wack wanted to get next to. All the people that he wanted to deal with. Now they demons and the devil, because on some real shit, right? I can already see Wack was full Fafi from the door dealing with Big U and Suge. He wanted to be a part of something. You know what I mean? Some niggas is just intrigued by, the gangster lifestyle, and they want to do whatever to be a part of it, but they really don't want that. That's Wack. Wack wanted to be recognized as a gangster, but he ain't really want to be a part of that shit. He wanted to work with law enforcement. He wanted to get niggas locked up. You think about this, right? If a nigga send you to jail and you can't do nothing with them, and they still can run around and do what they want, they got more control over the situation than trying to fight you, than trying to shoot it out with you. They got more control if a nigga can see you to jail and get you out the way. If you think about that, and this is why Wack play the game he do. Because he got more control sending the nigga to jail than trying to go to war with a nigga. Now you got somebody else doing the work with you, and they putting the work in to get a nigga out the way. Big, you ain't understand that. And I'm going to just be real. A lot of jokers in the street, they don't understand that part of the game. Yeah, it look cool to talk tough. Yeah, it look cool when you running around acting like you a gangster. But when the people that control the system get involved, shit don't look cool when they lock you up. Not at all. It don't look gangster. Don't look the same when you sitting in the cell. Shit don't hit the same. This why Wack do what he do with the people though, man. The boy lining niggas up, and he don't care about none of that. He don't care who feel about what, who think this. He don't care about none of that shit. Wack don't care about none of that. It's like he feel like he got to control. Yeah, he got to control, and he got the biggest, baddest people in the area helping him accomplish the mission. A lot of people got control issues, in different type of ways, in different situations. You got niggas in the street that like to control their neighborhood. Straight up. You got niggas out there in the street that like to control women doing certain things. You got niggas that like to control what other people do. You got people that got control issues. You got people that like to control your freedom. You got people that like to control if you are out in the world, if you free or if you in jail. You got people like that. So A lot of people got control issues. You know what I'm saying? And we see what Wack doing. That's a fact. But Wack got a control issue. I can send you to jail, nigga. Yeah. The niggas is thinking, yo, that's crazy he doing it. Yeah, it definitely is. But he don't care about that. Think about the control he got. Wack couldn't control niggas with the gangster mentality. He ain't had that type of muscle. He don't got that type of influence. So what he do? He control you by sending you to the jail, getting you locked up. That's easy work. You know what I'm saying? That's easy work. If I could pinpoint this nigga, pinpoint that, put the people on you and send you to jail, that's what he on. You know, and the shit is foul, but this is what you gotta expect out of niggas. You gotta expect the shit out of niggas. Niggas be out here not expecting the shit. Your own homie, nigga you rock with, dude you run around with, it be the same one to line you up. He be the same one to tell the people on you. Be the same one to send you to jail. You know? And you thinking we grew up since kids. We was in the sandbox. Be the same one that'll line you up. You know, it's a dirty game, man. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't even pay attention to it. They just out here thinking that these rules that was fake, made up, foo-fafi shit, niggas is living by them. And they ain't living by them damn rules, man. Straight up, they not living by the rules, man. This is why you gotta be mindful of what you do in the streets. They not living by the rules, man. The rules is foo-fafi, you know? And these are shit that's made up, you know? It ain't no rules. It's a free fall. You know, you can get caught out there either way. You know, and niggas ain't going to jail and they got information to get out. That's why they designed it like that. Give out some information and you get out. Think about this shit. Niggas will fight hard as ever not to go to jail, right? They done made it easy. Man, listen, let's get the information up. You know, you ain't gonna go to jail. Give us something strong. You ain't going to jail. Why wouldn't niggas do this shit? They don't want to go to jail. Wack don't want to go to jail, and he don't want to beef. You think about this shit, it's an ultimate tool to use against your enemy. It's foul, yes, but it's an ultimate tool to use against your enemy. Nigga don't want to beef. Nigga don't want to go to jail. All right, put the police on them. What they gonna say? Ain't nobody gonna do nothing. You gonna get a whole bunch of people on the net saying the nigga the police. That's it. You gonna get a whole bunch of people on the internet saying he the police. All right, we all saying nigga the police. Nigga ain't right. Who's sitting in jail? Big U. Who got a case? Big U. Who fighting for his life? Big U. Who running around the street living life? Wack. Straight up. Who running around? So when we see this shit, you gotta be real. What you think is gonna happen, man? Everybody seeing that the snitches ain't getting addressed, whereas though they not getting boycotted, they getting highlighted, man. They getting highlighted, man. They not gonna stop snitching. They not gonna stop lining niggas up because they getting highlighted, man. You know, Big U thought he was gonna keep shit in the street, man. Yeah, this shit that we seeing with Wack, Big U, you know, Loose Cannon, it should be a lesson. I'm just being real. That shit should be a lesson. You know, it should literally be a lesson why not to do what we seeing. Should be a lesson. You know, but a lot of people don't even pay attention to the message. Because it's a message that's being sent. Yeah. Don't think that a nigga ain't gonna tell on you. Don't think that your own homie that you've been cool before, if you get to beefing, he not gonna beef. He gonna send the people on you. This is the real message out of this situation. You know what I'm saying? This is the message. Your own homie that you grew up with, that you ran around with, that you was rocking with, when the beef start, he might be the one call the police. Yeah, you thinking, man, listen, we gonna deal with it in the street. He thinking, I'm gonna get your ass off the street. Think about that shit, right? You hear me? Your own homie, you thinking you, all right, man, I'm beefing with this nigga. I'm going at this nigga. I'm beefing with this nigga, right? You thinking, yo, when I see him, I'm going to go on him. We going to rumble. We going to do this. Even if you feel like you going to go to the straps, you going to pop something. This nigga thinking, man, I'm going to send you to jail. You ain't even expecting that. But this is the shit that you got to prepare for. You know what I'm saying? You thinking that it's smoke. Big, you thought him and Wack had smoke in the street that he just couldn't find a nigga. Yeah, I can't run up on him. When I see him, it's smoke, right? He thought he had smoke in the street with Wack. Nah, nigga, you had smoke with the FBI. You ain't even understand that, though. You ain't had smoke with Wack. You had smoke with the feds. That nigga playing with the feds. So your smoke that you thought you had with Wack was with the police, FBI. And they got at him because of Wack. You know, man, the game's so dirty, man. This shit like a big lesson for everybody to understand, you know, because Wack gonna run around, keep doing what he doing. And I'm telling you this, right? Because there's so many dumb niggas in the world. That's why, you know, it's a lot of dumb niggas in the street. You know what I mean? It's a lot of dumb niggas out there in the street. This is a fact. Running around acting like they smart. A lot of them. You know, they dealing with certain jokers, you know what I mean, on some real shit. Just keeping it a buck. Yo, I jumped on. What's good, bro? I jumped on the live right now. I ain't got you on there right now, but I jumped on the live. If you want, I'll call you back after the live, or if you want to holler at me on the live or whatever. I was just rapping, but you want me to put you on there? Oh yeah, I was talking about. I seen you up on the no jumper joint. Want me to put you on there? Or you want me to call you back? All right. I
fuck with you, so come on with it.
All love. Yeah, I appreciate that. A dog face. Okay. I didn't get to watch the interview yet because it was members only. But you made your way to no jumper.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, and you said you hit the Vlad too.
Yeah, I just left Vlad just now.
Okay. Now what you think about the situation with Ben 10 and the boy JR, and they saying the feds grabbed him up?
Man, I don't got no comment about what they grabbed him up about, but
okay.
the situation is that NBA niggas put themselves in a situation where they basically ratting for and trying to defend Jay Prince Jr., bro. It's as simple as that. NBA don't know JR, and JR didn't know them. They don't have no history. You know what I'm saying? The only common denominator between all of this shit is Jay Prince Jr., and that's a fact. You hear me?
Okay. The common denominator is Jay Prince Jr., and this is all over him messing with the baby mom.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's crazy work, man. And, you know, situation done went left with that. So, yeah, we ain't even going to elaborate on that too much yet. we'll see the outcome with that situation. But
Right.
yeah, man, I see you doing your thing, dog face, and I like it, bro. You hear me?
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I'm always a supporter of DZ World, bro. It was is. Holler at me anytime you need something. And as more details start to unfold about what's going on with JR right now, then we'll tap in. I'll come on your live, and we can ask me whatever question you want to ask.
All right, that's all it is. I appreciate it. I'm gonna tap in with you after I get off the live.
All right, I got you, bro.
Yes, sir. Yeah, smash that like button and hit that subscribe button, man. Hey, listen, it's a dirty game. Your own homies, man. You gotta understand your own homies be the one. Yeah. You know what I mean? You think you got beef in the street and they using them people to line your ass up. We gonna play this shit with Wax said, right? And we gonna react to it about, you know, his relationship with Big U. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like I said, though, on some real shit, jokers in the street, they be slow, bro. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no friends in the street. You do not have no friends. Everybody in the streets, it's like a game you playing, and it's a dirty game. Nobody is your friend when you out in the street. Nobody. And I mean nobody. Because when the situation get real, you don't know if that person just about saving themselves. This is something that you can't determine. You know, this is something that you can speculate about somebody. Yeah, my homie gonna be solid. You know what I mean? But you can't determine how this person's gonna react and what is the circumstances of his situation or what they gonna do when you in the streets. You know, that's the thing about when people click up and they got homies that they building a crew or gang members. All of them people ain't your friend. Straight up. When it go down, it's every man for themselves. You know, niggas start talking about, I got a family. You know that time is one of the most valuable things to us, our time, because the lifespan is so short. So of course, when they send you to jail for a 30-piece McNugget and you 30, 40 years old, it's like damn near over for you. We only expected to go to 80. A lot of people make it 50, 60. You know, some people make it to 30, 40, 20. You feel me? So it's a dirty game, man. The time that you got on this earth is valuable. And they know that. This is why they're giving out the time like they do. This is how they set the numbers. When they giving out sentences, they know if you got a RICO, right? And they give you 30, 40 years on a RICO, by the time you come home, you gonna be an old man. You gonna be an old man. Or you might not even make it out the box. Take your whole lifespan and strip you of all your freedom, and there you go. You know what I'm saying? It's a dirty game though, man. Smash that like button. If you haven't already hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel. Stop thinking people your friend. That's just bottom line. You know, they not your friend. You in the street, you ain't got no friends. You know, all the people that you think gonna rock with you, they gonna ride with you, be the same ones that turn against you. You know, and they don't care. They don't care about none of that. They thinking about going back home. You know what I mean? Now, you know, just on some realistic shit. You know, it's jokers that'll be like, yeah, if I get locked up, they say this when they free. and I got to go to jail for a long time, I'm going to go, right? They say this shit when they free. But then, if they get locked up with their homie, and they know they facing a lot of time, they start thinking about what they didn't do. Man, I ain't really do this. I wasn't really involved in that, you know, because they be giving out them conspiracies. So now your homie got this, you gonna get the same thing. Ain't no different, you know? But this the game that's going on out here, man. Smash that like button and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so, man. You think your homie ain't gonna line you up, they'll line you up. Big U was stuck in the mind state of the street shit. Yeah, he thought Wack was gonna be on some street shit with him. Yeah, this is something that people gotta think if you out in the street now. If you a street nigga right now, you better expect that the nigga around you gonna tell. Don't tell that nigga too much information. Don't act like you ready to go to war with that nigga and confront him about some shit. Niggas get intimidated, they get scared, and they go to the police. Straight up. You might got a strong team behind you, and they scared of that. What you think they're gonna do? They're gonna get you out the way because your team's so strong. They gonna go to them folks. You know what I'm saying? You know, situation, it get messy. And it's like, it's the same thing though. It's the same thing we seeing over and over. This is why I'm highlighting this shit. I want to highlight this right here because people act like they don't understand it. And they still run around and do the same exact thing. You out here running around acting like these niggas is your friends. Then you get in the situation. You out there beefing with a nigga. You trying to backstab a nigga. If you backstab a nigga, right? Why wouldn't you think they would go to the furthest extent to backstab you? If a nigga backstabbed you before, why wouldn't you think he would go a lot further and backstab you again? But this shit happens in the street all the time, and people act like, nah, this my homie. He would never do that. Nah, this my guy. They would never do nothing like that. You know? A lot of these dudes be seeing who their friend is the first time and act like they didn't see it. When you out in the street, though, you only give a person a half a mistake to do something slick to you. Once you see it done to somebody else, you see any behavior, oh, nah, I ain't messing with this dude. You know, a lot of people be giving people the benefit of the doubt until they get really crossed out. Yeah. And then when they get crossed out, they looking crazy. Big U, you know, was out there running around in the street doing whatever he was doing. And the main nigga that got him was his man that he went to dinner with and hung out with all the time. The nigga that he ran pressure on for the mortgage. Yeah, got him. Main nigga. Your homie. You know, him and Wack ran around asshole tight. And it's the same nigga that got him. You know, hey, this is why I say the game is over. You know, you can play the game if you want, but a lot of people don't even understand how the game go, and they playing it. They don't even got no understanding how the game go. They thinking, they watching movies like, you know, Belly and shit, and then not paying attention to the certain parts. They just paying attention to the beginning of the movie when the crew is together. They ain't paying attention when the nigga gets snaked throughout the movie. They ain't paying attention to the nigga that said, I gotta drop a dime on this nigga. They not paying attention to that part. All they paying attention to is we gonna come together and build something. You know, in today's world, right? It's hard to even think that something like that is gonna go somewhere because there's so much jealousy and envy amongst people. And this is everywhere. In every part of the world, there's so much jealousy and envy amongst each other. I don't even understand how people be trying to play them roles. I don't even understand it now. You know, the shit look good when it start, but then you got somebody that ain't eating. You got somebody that's mad that you doing better than them. You got a stronger mind state. And then they turn on you. Now they want to put the people on you. Now they want to get you robbed. They want to do certain shit. And on some real shit though, Big U and Wack, they was both snakes. They was both snakes. We seeing in real time, right? We seeing in real time what two snakes would do. They were snakes, both of them. Yeah. And you know when a snake bite, they don't got no certain way they gonna bite you. They gonna get up on you and bite you. We seeing two snakes at war right now. It's just one snake went the route that the world say, you know, you shouldn't do. No snitching. Wack went the route of the snake was unexpected. That's what you should expect. Man, this nigga gonna line me up. This nigga gonna tell on me. Big, you should have expected that from the door. Nigga gonna line me up. Yeah, he gonna put the people on me. But he ain't expect that. He ain't expect that. He thought Wack was gonna keep it in the street because Wack went around and say, "Home power rule. Home power rule." Yeah, all right. That nigga wasn't keeping nothing in the street. You know, got him. You know what I'm saying? Got him. You know, pay attention to the game, man. For real. Pay attention to the game. You know, this the shit we seeing though. It's the shit we watching. You know, that's why I call it out. I call it out raw. You know, a lot of people be overlooking the shit. They don't want to elaborate on it. But this is the reality. The shit that we see with Wack and Big U is the reality. It's just highlighted. This shit happening everywhere in the world. We just looking at it with Wack and Big U. Yes, everywhere in the world, there's somebody homie that's doing the same shit that Wack is doing. Wack is just doing it on another level with the people that are well known. But in every hood, this shit going on. You know, it's somebody out there that's lining niggas up. Everywhere. You know, it's somebody that got the beefing. You know, his homie might have popped at him and he put the police on him because the homie was ready to go to war all the way in the street. But he wasn't. You know, he wasn't the real gangster type. He was the one that, hey, listen, you know, straight up. But who knows, right? If Wack was on that type of time, if it would have went in the other direction. If Wack was really a street guy, right? Who knows if it wouldn't have went in the other direction? You can't count nobody out when it come to that. It could have went in the opposite direction. Who knows? You don't know what nobody gonna do. And that's my point right there. You don't know what somebody gonna do. You don't know how they feeling. You don't know if they feel like, man, listen, I'ma line niggas up. You don't know this shit. Yeah. You know, Wack looking at it like it's advantage. Straight up. Wack don't gotta fight no battles. None. That's why when people say Wack gonna squabble, Wack ain't squabbling nothing. Nigga, he got the strongest team on his squad. Why would he fight a nigga when he got the strongest team on his squad, send you to jail? He got the strongest team. That nigga ain't fighting nobody, man. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You know, the Ricos is everywhere. The Ricos is everywhere. Them people ain't playing. You know, them people ain't playing, man. They not playing. You know, that's why I say give it up. Give it up. Don't try to build no street team. Don't try to be no gangster. Nigga, you setting yourself up to be crushed. You know, but this the mind frame they push on us. Yeah, be a gangster. I don't want none of this shit. Yeah, I was talking to my folks earlier about this shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, hell no. You know, my folks were saying to me, hey, yo, you got a gift, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. My folks was like, yo, you got a gift, because anytime I had situation, I shut down. You know, you got niggas that run around when they get in a situation, they like, I gotta go harder. I gotta get this. I gotta do that. I'ma shut down. Now that's it for me. I'm cool. I ain't doing nothing. Yeah, I'm done with that. You know, but you got some people that feel like when they get in a situation, I'm gonna do it a little smarter and do it like this. Nah. You know, and then I come to the point to where I say, all right, that's it. You know, this is the kind of conversation that I was having earlier. You know what I mean? Like, yo, nigga, it's over. You know what I mean? My folks like, yeah, I see you on there going in. I see you all the time. They like, nigga, you know, people don't understand, nigga, you come from this shit, but your mind state is different. You know, you knew, all right, it's it, it's over. Nigga ain't going back. You know, and I'm able to, you know, talk about this shit with the people. You know, and I like to break it down real. I don't be on here like with no fantasy like shit. I'm telling for real. I see what Wack doing. I see why the nigga did this shit. Nigga been working with them people. He got caught with the straps. Of course, he gonna start telling. The boy going over state lines, get caught with straps. What you think niggas gonna do? What you think they gonna do, man? Black people got in the mind that the expectation of a black person, right, is if they get locked up, they ain't supposed to tell. Black people need to start putting in their mind that when another black person get locked up, they automatically gonna tell. Straight up. This is something that black people need to start putting in the mind. When you see a black person get in a situation, think automatically that this nigga gonna tell. Don't think that he ain't gonna tell. Don't say, oh man, you know that's my homie. Nah. I'm thinking they gonna tell from the door. Hold up. Nigga got caught with what? Oh yeah, that nigga gonna tell. Until you find out he didn't tell. Alright, he ain't tell, alright. Shit. You know, this how niggas get caught up though. They giving niggas the benefit of the doubt. See, I'm just being real. Everybody don't understand how to spot niggas that's working with the police. They don't understand how to spot them niggas. You know, they don't even know what kind of signs to look for. They don't even know the lingo to look for. Because if they did, right, all the situations that Wack had got in, they should have been left him alone. Real shit. They should have been left him alone. Big U running the streets, doing what he was doing, running pressure on niggas, right? Wack been had the Texas gun case. He been had that case. Why was Big U running around dealing with Wack when he knew this man had this Texas gun case? Why? Why wouldn't he smart enough to understand, yo, let me stay away from this nigga? Now you got closer to him. Wack manipulating him, telling him how gangster he is. Whole time, the nigga just learning his moves, figuring out how he operate. That's the shit that Wack do when he get around niggas. He want to learn their moves, figure out how they operate, and once he see how they operate, he know how to leverage whatever he gonna use against him. Big U wasn't thinking about that shit. You know, this is why I say niggas in the street, most of them slow. Yeah, because he knew Wack had these cases. He knew Wack had the Main Street case. He knew Wack had the Texas case, but he still dealt with the nigga. Hold up. Why you still deal with the nigga? Huh? You thought because he got these cases and he told you he beat the cases that he was real? This what niggas be thinking though. Oh yeah, he's solid. Big U played himself. And then you want to go at the nigga. Hold up. Yeah, everybody, you can't go at everybody, man. You can't go at everybody. Everybody's not meant for you to go at them. Yeah, you got to know what you're dealing with, you know? And we see Big U, dudes out there, they like being 20 deep. You know, I'm seeing that. Dudes in LA, they like being 20 deep. Nigga ain't going through by themselves, busting nothing and being quiet. They gotta have 20 niggas with them. Yeah, they gotta have a whole gang. Niggas don't want to be by themselves and go put some work in. So the only person know about the work is you, yourself, and I. They want everybody in the gang to know that they put the work in. So if you got everybody in the gang knowing you out here putting the work in, what do you expect from the gang? You expect all these niggas to be solid? You expect everybody to ride? Come on, man. You expect everybody to stand behind you and say, yeah, I'm with that. Now, when the feds show up, police show up, grab somebody, what you think they gonna do? What you think they gonna do? You know, so Big U, boy, wasn't smart. Yeah, he wasn't smart. But a lot of times when you out in the streets, you know, you think you smart, but you not. Yeah, you know. And when you surround yourself around other people, usually they just getting information on you. They want to know things about you. So now, when it's time for them to turn on you, they know all the details. Yeah. Everybody know what type of person Wack was. Everybody know what type of person Big U was. I'm sure niggas can sense that Wack was the police type when they was around him. Yeah, because I'm sure Wack didn't just start saying the things that he heard from one person and then saying them to the next. Wack didn't just start saying that. Wack probably been doing that shit, right? When he was around the niggas. Hanging out with different niggas, right? And then telling one person this, telling the next person this. He been doing that. Straight up. That ain't some shit that he just started. You know? Just keeping it a buck. Man, the line is open. You know what I mean? You can call in. If you feel like Wack is a gangster, he would never snitch, call in. I want to hear you say that online. I want to hear that shit. I would love to hear you call in and say Wack is a gangster and would never snitch. I like to hear them niggas talk. Yeah. Call in. Let the people hear you. Don't be scared. You know what I mean? I want you to tell us how Wack is a gangster. He would never snitch. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to tell you every way why he would snitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you every way why. And we going to hear your side and hear my side, and we going to see how it sounds. You know, matter of fact, before you call in, you know, if you get the balls, which you probably won't, go say it in the mirror. What you going to say to me? Go look in the mirror and say it in the mirror why Wack would never snitch on nobody and he's a gangster. You know what I mean? On Paru. Say that in the mirror, nigga. You'd come back and say something totally different. Yeah. You know, I know what the boy is. People that rock with me know what he is. Yeah, I know what he is. That shit, it's like, it's self-explanatory. Yeah. Anybody that does this, right? And I seen a comment, right, that Wack left on somebody's Instagram. Wack said he just informing the people. Nah, nigga, you's an informant. That nigga said he just informing shit. What? Like, come on, bro. Informing what? Nigga, you informing the law, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You making sure the law got details. We know this, you know. But Big U wasn't smart enough to see the signs. Straight up. I see a nigga around me, right, that got caught with some straps. If I meet a nigga and somebody say, yo, you know, boy got caught with a whole bunch of straps a couple years ago, right? Last year, whenever. Because he's running around like it just got thrown out. Come on, man. My mind gonna automatically, straight up. And you must not be from California, nigga. Because you don't know what's going on. I'm just being real. Can't nobody tell me about somebody snitching and somebody cooperating with the authorities. I don't give a fuck if you was from Mars, nigga. Straight up. I'm just keeping it a buck. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if you was from Mars, nigga. You can't tell me what a snitch is. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's see this right here. Wack's not a snitch, bro. He beyond that. He's a satellite. He just providing data to the police. Okay. SBGB TV, live call-in show. What's poppin'?
What it do, D's? It's Ike, DC, baby.
Ike, what's poppin' with you, bro?
Hey, shit, man, driving, man. Hey, I'm listening in, man. Hey, one funny thing that popped in my head, he talk about these guns he got caught with. Do you think him and, I think him and T.I. got the same deal. That's what I'm starting to think. Now, you think about when T.I. got caught at the airport, he got caught over state lines traveling. It's kind of the same federal offense. And, you know, they both out here informing the people. So, you know, I'm starting to think they got the same deal.
Hey, listen, and it's a possibility, but to a certain extent, because T.I. did do a year and a day.
I mean, yeah.
T.I. did a year and a day. See, Wack, he didn't go to jail. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So they could be on the same type time, you know, but Wack shit is just on a whole nother level.
I really think when Wack got caught, Wack was telling so much, they forgot to lock him up. They was like, damn.
Yeah, they are. Once Wack start providing that information with that gang shit, they said, hold up, we can't lock this nigga up. He know everything.
Hey, man, D, that's what I'm saying, D. Hey, D, that's like turning away your best customer. You always gonna want your customer come back. Make sure they good.
Know it. That nigga, listen, Wack started telling shit. He started telling them shit that they wasn't even investigating. Man, I got this for you. I got that for you. God damn, you know all that? Yeah, I know that shit. What, you anything else I know, I'm gonna let you know about that too. Yeah.
Why telling them shit about their wives and personal family? Why got all the juice in Cali, bro?
Yeah.
Y'all gotta stop dealing with that whack over there, man. We keep telling y'all, man. We from the East Coast. Man, we read right through that. Y'all better look what happened to Alpo. Alpo thought he was gonna get out here in these streets and thought it was sweet.
Yeah. Listen,
We don't play that. We don't play that. So all that excuses y'all be talking about over there, you gangers, y'all supposed to be dangerous. Y'all niggas is not dangerous, man. Y'all play with the police, man.
hey, listen, Alpo thought he was going to get out here and, you know, move around, and he did for a short period of time.
For like 3 months, 3-4 months.
A short period of time. And
fucked up on that boy.
Yeah, sent him straight to the upper room.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Whack. Don't be. And then, hey, another thing, D's. I meant to call in last week about that, Joe. He was talking about that Miami. He was talking about him in Miami. Whack, you ain't nothing in Miami, boy. You was out there waiting to get let in, man. Nobody want to hear that.
Yeah, we know he's straight cat with that. We all seen that.
Like, could you imagine being in that crowd of 20 people he brought? And y'all all out there standing, y'all got jet lag.
I definitely would have had, I would have had my damn camera. I would have definitely recorded that. That would have been a good moment for me to record. So whenever he talks shit, yo, nigga, we was outside waiting because of you, dog. We was outside waiting, nigga. You see this right here, nigga. You had us out here waiting, nigga. Don't pop that shit to me, nigga.
Hey, for real though. Hey, what? Hey, they be so, and you know they don't got nothing. The littlest thing, like, oh man, when Wack had them on the plane, I bet they was like little kids, and Wack and R&B was like the parents telling them to calm down. Oh, we going to Miami. We on the plane. We on the plane.
Yeah, they was excited about that. Word they was.
Hey, and then one last thing before I let you go, D's. We got to stop putting pressure on these clubhouse pages, man. And it hurt my heart. I didn't know the boy, the answer, was a slave to him till you put that out the other month. I was like, dang. Yeah. I thought he was against Wack, but kind of find out he a slave to Wack. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, Wack flipped him though. You know what I'm saying? He done changed his whole channel name and everything.
Yeah, you see?
Yeah. Yeah.
You trying to re-rap yourself so people don't know it's him. Nah, we know it's you.
See, you know what I think what happened is Wack went and tried to trademark his name. So, you know, that's what Wack be doing to people. And he tried to trademark his name probably. And once he did that, the boy said, man, I got to change this shit because Wack probably tried to trademark the answer.
Yeah. And Jack get all that money out there. Taking a little YouTube check.
Yeah. The boy played dirty. You know what I mean? He definitely know how to fool certain individuals. You know,
he sure do.
We just call this shit out, you know, and try to let people see for what it is. But you know, the ones that don't see it, he'll get another fish.
Hey, all you can do is just bring horses to the water, man. You know that. You can't make them drink.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But all right, D's, I gonna hold you up, baby. Go back and listen.
Appreciate you calling in, bro.
Always.
If you haven't already smashed the like button, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. You know, shout out to all y'all, man. Yeah, the boy, he getting jokers. I gotta give it to him. He do be getting jokers, but he get people that slow. Yeah, you know, Big U wasn't thinking, man, let me make sure I leave this nigga alone. He got these cases that disappeared. It was too late. And then Big U still was doing shit. You know, listen. Hey, listen, man. You take risks to get out of certain situations, man. You got to understand that when you get out of certain situations, you can't go back and take those same risks if you stumble. You know what I mean? Because, listen, you gonna cost yourself. You know what I mean? And then Wack know everything about how Big U was operating because the nigga was running with it. He know everything about how the bull was operating. You know everything. You know what I mean? Big U wasn't paying attention to that shit. Yeah, he thought because he was going to get quiet at times that Wack was going to just fade off. Man, listen, Wack was scared of Big U. So, of course, that nigga was scared of him. Who he know Big U can't beat? Huh? If Wack is scared of Big U to fight, scared of Big U in any sense in the street, who you think he was going to use to beat Big U, man? Come on, man. Understand that. This the game, though. He's scared of Big U out there. Hold up. Yeah, if they was to put Wack and Big U in the same room, man, Wack would cry like a bitch. Beg for his life. Man, please don't do this to me, man. Please. Don't do this, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, he would beg, please. But you know, online, that nigga cocky. Then Big U ain't shit. Big U this. Big U soft. Big U this. You know, because he online. You know what I mean? Smash that like button, that subscribe button. Man, let's hear this joint right here. Hit that like button, that subscribe button, y'all.
If anybody will agree, but after Nipsey died, a lot of hoods came together.
No. No.
I can't believe 350 from Ohio,
You
baby.
made a point. The only reason why he called that, right, is because we had already did the work. We already did the work. It was 8 trains coming to the office on 43rd and Crenshaw.
Yep, sure was.
Like shit, we would already did the work. I had him and Hoover D talking on. I had Big U and Hoover D talking on phone. So we had already did the work. You know what I'm saying? We had already, he called that peace walk. That nigga wouldn't have never called a peace walk if he wouldn't have known peace was already going on. Straight up. We had General Tombstone, we had Tone Capone, General Tombstone, Fat Rat, and a host of others out the jungles that was with us. Right? That was there. We had the East Coasters who did not like Big U. I went over there personally fixed it. I took the nigga to Washington Park, picked him up in my car, took him over there. We got that right. We had the Long Beach card. That was me, Big Fave, niggas like that. Blue, Henderson Blue, all that shit. The Compton card on the Paru side was Wacko was really running point on that. Weed, shit like that. Rick Rock, the Crip side, Compton AD, nigga. Let me see. Devil Lanes.
Hey, listen. Anybody that would name drop like Wack is the police. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Anybody that would constantly name drop and put information out, listen to what he puts out there. This dude is identifying people that are part of different sets in situations. He just put the shit out there like this person, that person. Nigga, don't put my name in that, bro. Why are you adding my name in it? Talk about yourself. You ain't got to add me in the damn conversation, you know, but this nigga got a list of names that he be naming and saying whenever he talking about shit, he's always adding other people's names. You can't trust nobody like that. Nigga, I don't want my name to be addressed. See, and this is why you gotta make sure you watch who you deal with. You gotta watch who you deal with. You know, it's a lot of girly mouth niggas that do a lot of name dropping. Yeah, You can spot them type of people though when you're around them. I'm sure niggas seen this shit from Wack, but they just didn't have the understanding to pay attention to the nigga. But I guarantee you that all of these people that knew Wack seen this, because these type of niggas, when they around people and they like this, they name drop amongst people. You get over here, yeah, the boy from over here at the Crip side, the boy from over here at the Blood side, nigga from over here on the Hoover. And like when a nigga start doing that, yo, bro, why you keep telling me about everybody's name and you keep dropping all this, putting everybody in the business? Those are the people that you know they gonna tell. Straight up.
It's just personal relationships I had. Devil Lane stay in their lane. They wasn't really coming to the table, but if I was to call them about something, it was love. They wasn't tripping. But they wasn't, them Devil Lane niggas, they stay like, nigga, this I'm out. Whack. With you, come on, holler at us, but we ain't letting nothing else on the mountain. The one thing I can say about that. The Hoovers was the same, but I had a handful of Hoovers that was G niggas that they would be. We started just pounding together. We opened that bike club up together. Right? So I was able to get him on. If I learned a lot with him and Hoover D talking. I never knew the fathers who was in the 6-0 in one hood at one time.
I tell you, I met, they call her boss now. I met Stormy in Juvenile Hall. Stormy came to my house after we both got out. We was in Los Padrinos. When we both got out, she came to the hood and the rest is history. She from Fire and do beat.
Yeah, I never knew that. They got to talking and shit. They got to talking. And shit, they on my three-way. I said, hey, bro, I need you to, I said, I need you to get online with Big U. Y'all need to have understanding.
This is why all the LAPD and the feds got all these niggas on gang files. They know all these niggas' sets. They know all about these niggas because they like to talk and rep the set. Oh, this shit easy. Now we know this and that. Then you got people like Wack that's clarifying certain things about you. Yeah, the homie from this. Yeah, the homie do this. Yeah, he into that. Oh, he got this. God damn, bro. Why you want to put me in the shit? You know? Hey, I'm just being real. I wouldn't have rocked with somebody like Wack. Once I seen it, I'm like, I gotta get away from him. You know? Yeah. If I grew up and knew Wack personally, he would be the type of nigga that, oh yeah, I know him over there. Nah, something ain't right about it. You know, I would have sensed it. You know, yeah, something ain't right about bro. I can see this shit real funny. You know, that's just me. I would have been like, something ain't right. You know, nigga name drop too much. He sit there and talk about all these people that he know over here and there. And like Wack was the type of joker you can already see, right? When the boy was in the street, he'd get the information from over here and then go over here and say the information. Like playing both sides. You know what I mean? So you really gotta watch a joker like that. Giving up information here, then he giving up information there, you know, but then he acting like he ain't say this. Nah, I ain't say that. You gotta watch people like that.
After 2 different times, I didn't have to act like I was from 60s with some Hoovers. Cause he with me, and this nigga is wide open.
That's why Peter grew up on 51st and Buttlawn, because we got along with them. I moved over in their hood. That's why my son became a Feuds Hoover, because it was cool. They was our people anyway. But something that happened that I didn't know about.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, they just talk like this shit is legal. That's why you know everybody deal with Wack is the police. Everybody deal with Wack is police, man. This shit is like, it's like a federal platform that Wack is on. Wherever he's at, clubhouse, wherever Wack is at, the feds is there. Like, hold up, man. They just identify this shit like it ain't shit. It definitely make it easy for them people.
And so they get on the phone, they go to talk. I learned that. I never learned that in the penitentiary. I learned that with them niggas talking. And but we brought a lot. And then if you pay attention, a lot of our festival shows out here, you start to see Crips and Bloods on the show. So I'll be like, Big U, look, I got 8 slots open. 3 of them gonna go for the main act. You got 2 slots. Any Crip niggas out there, opening acts, big or the pay slots. You bring them to the table, I'm going to put them in there. And then I work the rest on this side. So you'll start looking, you'll see Dub C. You'll see Mac 10. You'll see Snoop, the Game. Snoop, Game, Ice Cube. Niggas like that did was headliners anyway. Right?
Before that, you just couldn't put them, mix them together before that?
Like, oh
that
no,
was a real
niggas finna be on. Nigga, what? We tear that up.
I was with Dub C on Tuesday.
Nigga, it's a fact. You with nigga, there wasn't none of that. It was on.
So you say like 04, huh, was when y'all niggas start really kind of pushing it.
So once I started running the play, and I got in there, see, this tie in with SKG. Remember SKG told you, well, I worked at K-Day, and Big U, I ain't knowing, SKG, real homegirl, Big U getting at her like, yo, Wack, well, she like, look, Wack dealing with the owners in the PD. I don't know what, like, Wack going up to the top floor. How Wack in there? Because Wack is Wack. Wack got you on. But this should be crazy, but I ain't knowing this going on. I have no idea until one of the 6-0s told me. They said, Wack, listen, my nigga, we've been knowing each other a long time. The more doors you open up, the madder he gets. I said, what? I said, it's a different type of hate. He thinks he from where he from, or you from where you from. He's supposed to have your spot, not understanding this is based on a man's business, that man's business and his resources. He looking on some hood shit. He ain't gonna show you that. Cause you ain't just the exec that a nigga can press on. He know what he know. You know one thing about you, you flip that switch on quick. But I'm telling you, they all used to tell me. All of them. He said, just remember we told you. The day gonna come when you gonna see it.
Taking them niggas, not taking them serious, but you wasn't really thinking it was like, he was hating like that, hard like that?
No, but see, you gotta remember, he never did nothing to where I would know. Like where he was blind to the fact is he thought his people was gonna always stand with him because they was from front.
Right.
And he never thought that they would come to me. But it get to a point, my nigga, to where the human being in the mother say, like this man, this little nigga named Bang Rock. Hey, Big U, what up, bro? Hey, man, fell on hard times. I don't get paid till Monday. But right now, me and my daughter kind of homeless. Did you get us a room or something for the weekend, you know, so she don't feel this shit? Monday I get paid would be cool. You know what I'm saying? I get back to you. This Thursday. Friday morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, my phone ring. Hello? What's up? Bang Rock. What's up? Me and my daughter for the weekend, bro. We ain't got no... What you mean? I get paid Monday. Hey. All right. R&B. Go on the Airbnb. What you need? What you need? Where you want to go? A house or book it? Whatever. I booked it till Wednesday, nephew. So you got a few extra days. And I get off the phone. I'm in a dead sleep. So it get to a point. Niggas don't give a nut that shit. Hold on, nigga. I call you the big homie who I did all kind of shit for and probably wasn't compensated. You don't call me back. I call this nigga, and if it's 2 o'clock in the morning, he probably looked at that phone 10 times and thought about it.
Man, we know Wack lying like a motherfucker. That's all he do is lie, man. That's it. He'll name drop, but that boy will lie. Yeah, we know Wack straight cap, man. That's all he doing here is cap. That's all he do. You know, I don't know how people still deal with the boy. He lied, cap, drop your name and everything, and then act like he ain't got nothing to do with this shit.
Listen, and this is after he with the group of 20 niggas in the parking lot. I run into him, I catch him. in the hotel lobby. He dropped his head. I swear to God, they never mentioned your name. He just said it was a problem. He needed us to roll with him. We jumped in the cars and rolled. Never known it was about you if you wouldn't have had to jump down on us. We was confused.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he like, we was confused and you jumped out. Cause I'm like 8 of these niggas, I know these niggas, so I'm locking eyes with these niggas. See, bang, I said some words directly to him. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. I looked at everybody. I said, 20 of you niggas. About 10 of y'all might have action. All depends on how good I am today.
Understood. I
said, with you, nigga, you big you for sure don't stand a chance.
Yeah.
Hey, Wack. Like, Wack switches up the story, adds sauce to the story every time. Wack, come on, bro. Nigga, we know you was nervous, man. We know, bro. Yeah, you pulled out the strap off of pure being nervous, bro. Yeah, you ain't popped nothing. You ain't let nothing go. Nothing, man. You was scared, man. Damn. But you keep making it seem like you did this and you did that and you said, yo, I'm going to take you down first. And like, you got to relax though, Wack. You got to relax, man. Straight up. You really got to relax, bro.
I'm betting it all on you out the gate. Nigga, let's get to it. Right?
Yeah.
But now it makes sense because half of them no idea that the move was about me. So they was he was one of them.
Uh-huh.
So after I see him I'm going to, that's the day the grandbaby was born, right? Essence. Yeah, I'm going up there and I'm coming through the lobby. He getting out the elevator. That nigga saw me and just dropped his head. And the nigga said, Unc, I swear to God, did none of us know this shit was about you? He just told us and he rounded us up, man. We went up there. We wouldn't have known nothing to you. That's why when you jumped out tripping the way you was tripping, I'm telling myself, I'm trying to put it together.
Mm-hmm.
Until I know it wasn't. I was in Vegas. Who baby was? No, that wasn't. I was coming to a hospital over there. I know.
Yeah, listen. He lied so much. R&B trying to correct him. He like, no, I know. He just lied so much. He forget the damn lies. Yeah, R&B trying to remind the nigga of the lie he said last time. Straight up. She trying to remind the nigga, you said this lie last time. Nigga, hold up. He like, nah, I remember. Nigga, you just coming off the top of the head with another lie.
What was that? Yeah, because together. You was already up there. Or maybe you what? We was at that loose cabin, baby. We went there together. The other one I was by myself. So this baby was just born. Yeah, so he telling me, that's why when you jumped out, nigga, you niggas looking for me? And we looked, so I'm like, okay, what's going on? But then when you said what you said to him, look, bang, I played a cold chess move on the nigga.
What's that?
Look what I told him. I said, nigga, you know what time it is, nigga. You know how it go. The same way it go, nigga, when you whoop-de-whoop on your homie on whoop-de-whoop block, nigga. So you know how this finna go, right?
Hey, he done added this in there this time. Yeah, this how I go on whoop-de-whoop block to say, you ain't say this last time, Wack. That nigga been throwing sauce on this, since we all heard about it, from in the indictment. I know people knew about it before the indictment, but when we all heard about it in the complaint from being in Big U's case, Wack done said about 10 different stories since then. Because that first day that he was on No Jumper, when Vlad Trap Lord Ross, Adam, and Academics was there, he had a different story, right? You know, and that one caught him off guard. He like, oh, when they start talking about that, it caught him off guard. And he starts saying, oh, well, you know what I had? I had something that was going to do this and that and the third to everybody. You know what I mean? Now, you know, he got it's sauce to it now. He done said, you remember what homie did here, and I had him, yo, you looking for me? Like, come on, Wack. Nigga, you ain't never pulled up with no strap and told anybody ever, yo, you looking for me. Come on, man. You gotta relax with that shit.
They looked at him. Listen, I threw it in there.
Yeah.
I knew right then about 5, 6, like, oh, cuz, nigga, hold on. You did the homie like that.
Yeah, you picking them up.
Yeah, nigga, I said, nigga, you know all this finna go. That nigga told them niggas. He said it straight up. Don't move, cuz, and kill me.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Hey, Wack. Come on, Wack. Come on, Wack. Stop this, man. Stop, Wack. Why you keep lying, man? You said he told him don't move because cuz going to knock something down. Oh, man, Wack. See, you go so far with this shit. Everything just seems foo-faffy, man. You just fabricate the story so crazy, bro. Like, come on, man. You said you told the nigga that you was going to do this and you looking for me, and he told everybody, yo, don't move, man. His homie going to kill me. Like, man. Yo, this nigga is wild, man. Yo, this the illest nigga in Nebraska. You hear me? Wack is the illest nigga in Nebraska. I'm telling you.
So I knew, right? I knew when I said what I said, they like, oh, nigga, you didn't reach outside the box on the homies?
That's crazy.
He lost a bunch of morale. He lost morale there, and the fact that he didn't move. He was supposed to move, nigga. It was supposed to be some casualties.
Thanks.
Ain't no way you didn't win and rounded up all this, and I'm still talking shit.
And furthermore, right? Furthermore, listen to this, right? Yo, this how you know Wack is the police, right? Furthermore, Wack is explaining constantly how he had a strap, right? And how he did all this shit, right? But they didn't question you about this shit. They didn't ask you nothing. And in the paperwork, it don't say Big U had no strap or nothing. It said Big U said you had a blower. They not asking you about the blower. They saying the tap said, Big U said on the wiretap, yeah, he wanted to break Wack jaw. Wack had a blower, right? But they ain't come question you about the blower. They ain't pick you up about that. And you on here bragging about this shit, but you lying at the same time. You adding sauce on it, but you bragging about having this strap. Like you keep sitting there bragging about having this strap. Okay, all right. This is why I tell you, man, the boys, them Elroys, man. Straight up. Appreciate that super chat, bro. Deacon, JR, All-Star got arrested for using the internet, but not Wicked100. He gotta relax. That shit ill. You know, we know that Wack is specifically instructed to do exactly what he does. He's instructed to do this shit. Yeah, the feds telling Wack, go on there and do this shit. You know, it's a bunch of slow individuals that you'll be able to manipulate. They'll never figure it out. You know, but us over here at SBGB TV, we know what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Niggas see what it is. They understand that this gonna be a long day. But they still like, oh, nigga, you scared. You are, nigga, you supposed to move. So the same nigga, I see him in the hospital. He looked like he looked like he'd been in there. He got shit all taped up. He dropped his head. I told him, nephew, I know how it go. You all right with me, man. Don't worry about it. Because he looking at me. He know, damn, I'm caught. Yeah. But his demeanor, he said, Wack, you look me dead in my eyes. And you could tell, when I looked at him, he looked at Big U. Like, what the, you know? He said, it took me a minute to understand, oh, you done came and got us for what? He said, on my mama, I wouldn't have went, because I know how that's going to go. I done been around you too much, right? So, and then I guess probably about 3, 4 months, 5 months out of that, he got in a bad spot. But so you think these niggas ain't going to eat over too many people over there?
Hey, yo, nobody ever validates these MacGyver stories. Nobody. Only Wack knows these MacGyver stories. You know, straight up. He's the only one. I ain't never heard nobody say no validation of these MacGyver stories. Wack just come up with these motherfuckers as he go.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm talking about over him, bro. He's over, man. These niggas ain't finna be. Nigga, you think where you from, nigga, man? That shit don't keep a nigga loyal.
Exactly.
At all.
You looking out for niggas or whatever. Shit, them niggas
go
against that nigga.
Know the niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, these niggas just been around me, been with me. I know the nigga, but if that man me at 2 o'clock in the morning. Me and my daughter need a place to go with these. I said, you ain't called. He said, I called cuz. Nigga told me he gonna call me right back. His phone going straight like he blocked me or something. Like as soon as I call, it goes straight to voicemail. He in for a lot of people, bro.
That's crazy, bro. That nigga, that was a cool nigga, bro.
He was definitely for himself. He was definitely for himself, nigga.
Pac-Man wasn't the only one. He did that to everybody. It's like he want to be the nigga with the money, the cars, while everybody around him homeless, broke, ain't got no money, ain't got nowhere to live. Niggas ain't ate, and the only time you get money is if he give you $100 to go get him something from the stove, and he tell you to keep the change, and the change be like $5 or $10 or some weird.
That's how Wack do y'all. Straight up. This is how Wack do y'all.
He was a scammer's nigga.
That was some cool psychological shit, though. Because when that nigga don't move, nigga, when I was strongest, quote unquote, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I was stronger. Nigga don't move, boy. That's psychological damage right there.
Hey, bro, let me explain something to you. That nigga lost a lot of points that day.
Yeah.
That's why he had to get on the phone cheerleading like it was something else. See, in the day, though, where you telling me you called Wack, it was 20 of y'all wanted him, what happened? Y'all do nothing? I don't give a story you talking about. Ain't nobody no goddamn fool.
Yeah.
You went to do something. Actually, let me go back to the South. You went to doing something. All right? You went to do that.
Nah, you ain't do. You did him something. All right.
You went to do him something.
Wait, you went to do him something.
Okay? Something stopped your ass from doing him something now.
Mm-hmm.
All come from where we come from.
Yeah.
Like a whack, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You know.
I'm picking up exactly what you put.
Yeah.
I'm picking up exactly.
Now he's speaking your language.
It was a extended understanding, right? Well, we acknowledge the fact that, okay, And what was crazy about it, what he didn't know, bro, I swear to God, I swear on my mom, I want you to picture me at 6 o'clock and probably 20 feet away. I got a half moon from 9 to 3 of 20 niggas. And I'm like standing in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
About 30 yards behind them, 9, 12, and 3 o'clock is 3 of my soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking to them in code, telling them their position. I got enough push.
Hey, yo, the nigga say he talking to the code. What the fuck is you saying? You got 20 niggas in front of you. What code is you gonna say, man? I'm telling you, who the fuck's believing these MacGyver stories, man? No, I don't think nobody believe this shit. The clubhouse people, we know they got the brains of a damn goldfish. Straight up. Niggas that rock with whack on clubhouse, they got the mind of a goldfish. Cause ain't nobody believing this shit.
On my side, blow everything they direction.
Yeah.
I done already told them, get low, don't hold, don't move. I want you to get low. I done already told the niggas, hey, listen, my nigga, we down here in this parking lot garage, nigga, we already low. I said, nigga, we can stand here 20 minutes if you want. I just been told these niggas what's happening. Get low, don't come up until after a dub.
Yeah.
Don't worry about nothing. I'm finna run everything to you. And when they come up, you got another 100 to deal with. It would have been a massacre in that bitch. Cause by that time, I didn't re-up. But see, the big U nigga know the movement though. He know.
Yes. Yeah.
He knows. He didn't been around me too much. He didn't come and call on me. He knows. And any nigga gonna tell you, nigga, I'm in a Hellcat with 800 horsepower. Nigga, most niggas gonna get on the gas. Nigga ain't jumping out no car.
Right.
Whoa, looking for me, nigga? Nigga, I had a bionic arm that they ain't made yet. You looking for me? I got Marvin Gaye, to Franklin, Whitney Houston, and a few other mother nigga. This nigga, it was gonna be some high note, long pitch shit.
No, man.
I knew the job was dangerous when I took it. I ain't no damn fool.
This how whack talk after he gets you locked up. Yeah, this is exactly how whack talks after he send you to jail. You know, before, you know what I'm saying, he moving different. Oh yeah, he talk like this. When he send you to jail, oh man, straight up. Yeah. This is wild. This is wild work, man.
Nigga, I'm not going to Alaska with no shorts on. Nigga, I know what's going on.
Yeah.
Niggas is crazy. But yeah, he definitely. Now, what up is he was extorting the vending machine, the vending trucks. Now, Keita, you should have told me about that.
I didn't know about that shit.
You knew about them vending trucks, the poor people was going over there.
I didn't know that nigga was robbing aunties and uncles and vending trucks. That's some poor nigga shit.
Them people, yeah, them people that be nobody, no harm. But I read that. The vending truck at Crenshaw. What the fuck is going on?
That's some diabolical shit.
You gotta be a different type of dude. That's why I be tripping. When I read that part, I know whoever was on that phone talking to him. Yeah, I understand that, nigga, but ain't nobody do nothing. It was 20 yards. It was only him. Okay, what happened? Did he run? He didn't run. So what happened? Then again, a lot of these niggas don't know math. They, 1 plus 1 equals 7. You know, some of these niggas don't understand a negative is a positive. They don't get it, they it's cool.
Right.
And that part.
Yeah, hell ain't much there. What's going on? Clubhouse.
Hey, yo, this dude here is just a stone cold liar. That's all he do. He make up these stories. He be lying like a motherfucker. Yeah. You know, after he sent that man to jail, he turned into the gorilla. Straight up. After he sent the man to jail, he turned into a straight gorilla. Shit wild. Yeah. Sent that man to jail and then turned into a gorilla. Hey, listen, man. The boy ain't right. Yeah, you sure they ain't stopped because you was alerting the police by screaming your attacker's name? That's definitely why they stopped. You know it. That's definitely why they stopped. Yeah. They knew that security was down in the parking lot. They knew that shit. Hold up. Fucking holler name. Motherfucker like, hold up, we gotta chill. This nigga that said Eugene Henley, don't do it. What you think the security guard was gonna say if it went down in there? I heard him say Eugene Henley don't do it. We know that for a fact. SBGB TV live call-in show. State your name, where you calling in from.
Yes, sir. And that's exactly how that go, brother.
What's going on? Where you calling in from, bro?
After every fight, it's be cool, brother. After everybody has already been locked up, after everything that has happened needed to be incorporated, that's exactly how that go. That's where the play go. And then these people that think you being on a little platform with him, that's what you need. That's how it's supposed to. Trust me, he got you in the play too. You just don't know it.
What'd you say?
Yes. I say he got you in the play too. You just don't know how subliminally he playing around with you too. All them people on the Clubhouse app, y'all, they getting played with too.
Okay, you said, I gotta catch what you said because you came in a little different. So
got you. Because the thing is, you already said it before, but we have to incorporate that again and remind these people on Clubhouse.
Okay, all right. Now you sound a little better.
Yes, sir. If you gonna go down, you gonna go down with this nigga.
Yeah.
Don't think for 1 second. This man though, he ain't playing y'all too. Y'all Clubhouse fiends, because they fiends at this point, because it's fiends of attention, because that's what they want. They want attention and clout. I don't know where these people and who they have not actually had the attention from, family member wise. Mm-hmm. But I promise y'all, all them, every last one of them, because I know that I can't curse too much on your platform, but each and every one of them, they getting played. All of them.
Yeah.
And they need to know that. They need to know that. They need to know y'all laughing and clowning around with this man that truly have all y'all in effect of what's going on. Because he already know, he beyond what y'all could even think of, you Clubhouse members. I know y'all love Clubhouse, and I know you Clubhouse members think that this man is on your side. No. Stop it. This man is truly having y'all on the side that y'all can't even understand, way beyond y'all fathom in mental, because this man playing with y'all. Playing with it. Each and every one of them people on Clubhouse, they need to be saved, and they need to understand, hey, puppeteering. You are a puppet to that man.
Yeah.
Straight up. So all our laughter and everything, all our gleefulness they think they in, y'all better back out real quick.
Nah, they gonna get caught up. When he want to dispose of them, he'll dispose of them. They don't see it yet.
They can't see it. They too deep in. They too deep. He got some information on some of them. And that's the thing about it right there. Don't be scared of the information that he have on you. That's fine. It's just that you gave yourself away too far in between. And that's cool. But you could always back out. Stop thinking this man ain't a human. He's a human. Normal.
Yeah, they look up to him.
Hold up, Dizzy.
You.
Foot on their neck. Gas on the pedal, my nigga. Appreciate you every time.
Appreciate you calling in. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. Yeah, man. We all see what it is. You know, Wack lie, make up these stories along the way. Yeah. He lied, make up these stories along the way. And he just caught up in these lies. You hear R&B trying to correct his lie while he was on there. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. SBGB TV, live call-in show.
DZ, what's the word? This Sean in North Carolina.
What's up, Sean?
Man, shit, this, my bad. Sitting here listening, man, to this nigga just lie and lie. All this nigga do is lie. This nigga would have had you thinking he was John Wick out there, talking about he getting off in threes and all this. Yo, the only thing the nigga was saying is, Eugene, don't do this. My wife and kids is here. This nigga was not talking about no secret signs to no niggas nowhere. The nigga was scared as hell. But the other thing is he skips the whole part that nigga, the only reason you in the garage because niggas smacked the hell out you in that event space. And you ran out there. He skipped that whole part and just get to the part where he was in his whip. But man, that nigga, he just is like, dude, I've never seen nobody on that level. And I ain't saying, you know, big celebrity, but I mean, he's notable enough in our space. But just be as much of a liar as this nigga is. This nigga he just lies. I be sitting here laughing, listening to a lot of this content at work, and I'll be cracking up. This nigga just makes shit up as he go along. And the niggas in the room, they listen, these is grown ass people with wives and grandkids and everything. It's like sick how much of a cult it is in that room that they just believe every word that comes out that nigga mouth. And even a lot of them people that you hear on these audios with him, man, he done disrespected them people so bad, especially a lot of them niggas. I'm talking about, they talked about your wife, your kids, everything. He done told your private business that you done told him and the back channel and all this. Yo, they got a crazy cult going on over there, like for real. I think one day you need to do some content on that, on some of that audio of how he talked and deal with a lot of them people in that room.
Yeah, but, I've done some of it before, but I'm gonna go back and do some more.
Yo, I got a lot of it too. Like, so I'll tap in with you, because I used to do content myself. I used to be on Clubhouse, but it's sickening how they interact with this grown man. I think that nigga can make somebody's kids go to bed if he told them to. If he told one of them, yo, tell them to go to bed, them niggas, he'll make their kids go to bed. Like, straight up. I think that nigga Beast would take Wack used condom off and dispose of it if Wack told him to. Like, it's sickening how much these niggas just be on that man lap all day long. That shit is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I ain't gonna hold up the line, man. I had to get that off. I was sitting here just listening to that audio. I had to tap in, man, because this nigga just lied too much for me, man.
That's all he do.
That's all he do for real. But I'ma holler at you, man. Stay on their neck though, for real.
Appreciate you calling in, bro.
No doubt.
Smash that like button and hit that subscribe button, man. Yeah. Straight fool fafi, man. Straight fool fafi. You know, you can't believe nothing the boys say. You know what I'm saying? You can't believe nothing he say, man. You know. Yeah. Clubhouse is definitely compromised. Clubhouse is messed up, man. You listen to this shit on Clubhouse, it's messed up, man. You know, Wackman went over there and, you know, destroyed it. Whatever was left of Clubhouse is over. Yeah, it's over. You know, it's like, I mean, I wouldn't dare, you know, get over there and rock with him. You know what I mean? Smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. Yeah. Oh, man. Shit be crazy. You know? Yeah, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, man. The bull whack ain't right. You know, listen, we gonna have content forever. Straight up. We gonna have content forever. Yeah, because he gonna keep lying and sending niggas to jail. We gonna have content forever. This shit we gonna have forever. SBGB TV live call-in show.
Hey, what's up, Daisy? This Billy from H-Town, man. I've been watching your shit ever since you started, man, because you know you down and you letting the game be known on whack ass. But man, if you go back to that, to Brick Baby stuff, Brick Baby said he pulled out a badge that night. Whatever was left.
He probably did. You gotta turn your TV down a little bit for me, bro, please.
Yeah, he said he pulled out a badge. He ain't pulled out no gun. They said that boy pulled out a badge. That what they said. That's what had them niggas running from the beginning. But shit, I had to shout you out though. I had to fuck with it though. I always be at work listen to it, and every time I be like, man, I'ma call in. But you know what's up though. I just respect the momentum, and I've been putting everybody on the H-Town. We all be looking at it. They all be calling me. I be like, y'all call in, shit is that nigga on whack ass, cause we ain't seen nobody on this head. I mean, nobody on this butt like that though, like, but you on this neck though. Stay on your business though. I respect it though.
I appreciate you, bro. Shout out to H-Town.
Yeah, appreciate it, Wicked100.
Yes, sir.
I'm tapped in always.
Appreciate you, bro.
All right, bro.
Smash that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button. Shout out to all y'all be rocking with the channel, man. Y'all already know we ain't stopping. That's a fact. You hear me? We gonna keep going. You know, we just gonna keep growing. We gonna build it up block by block. That's it. You know, but I've been telling people this shit ain't gonna happen overnight. You got to keep being consistent. That's why I appreciate everybody that be sharing the live, everybody that hit the like button, you know, people that be watching. I appreciate everybody, all the members. I appreciate everybody because everybody that is involved help the message get out there. You know what I mean? You know, Wack be having a lot of people scared, you know, because he be threatening to take their channels and shit. You know, you see some of the jokers Wack to strike the channel and they'll go in hibernation. Straight up. Wack to strike the channel, nigga go straight in hibernation. Y'all see what I do. You know what I mean? I go to war. You know, however we got to go. I'm going to war. Facts. And we gonna get it out there. You know what I mean? We gonna get it out there. It is what it is. I know Wack don't like this shit, you know, because it's so many people paying attention. Now, we done made it to real life street stars. You know what I mean? We made it to real life street stars now, right? Wack ain't gonna like it when we start going other places. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna like that shit. Yeah, you know, and by all of y'all supporting the channel is what's gonna get us other places. That's a fact. Because when they see DZ got support that's growing, they gonna want to hear it too. You know, because at the end of the day, this shit business. You know, this is business. You know what I mean? So we building the brand, the business, and we delivering about the cancer. Yeah. So we just keeping it real. You know what I mean? All the people that rock with me, I appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? Because we gonna go in. You know what I mean? And if you haven't seen the Real Life Street Stars interview, we about to run that joint. You know what I mean? Shout out to all y'all. Salute to everybody that rock with the channel. But if you haven't seen the Real Life Street Stars interview, we about to run that joint in a second. You know? So smash that like button and hit that subscribe button, man. You know what I mean? Smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. You heard me? Yeah. We gonna run that joint for those who ain't never see it. And yeah, let me see. We just gonna keep keeping it a buck though. That's one thing we gonna do. We gonna keep keeping it a buck. You know what I mean? And not everybody gonna agree with us. We don't care. We gonna continue to keep it a buck. And you know we non-stop with this shit. So shout out to all y'all, man, that rock with the channel. So yeah, if you haven't already seen the Real Life Street Stars interview, we about to play that joint. You know what I mean? Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. We know Wack is Fufafi. That's a fact. You know what I mean? We know he Fufafi, and then we're going to continue to call him out consistently. We're going to continue to call him out. We're going to continue to do what we doing. You know, and, you know, the people that support us, you know, you got to think about it like this, right? All of us here know Wack is a liar. He Fufafi. He working with the people. We know that shit. You know, they might got some 100 side niggas in here that want to watch and see what we say. You know what I mean? You know that's a fact. They want to watch and see exactly what we say. We know that. But majority of the people, most of the people here, we looking at the situation for what it is. You know what I mean? Calling this shit out. Dude ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Lining people up consistently. You know? Just keeping it a buck. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't seen the Real Life Street Stars interview, we about to run that joint. Yeah, shout out to Real Life Street Stars for letting DZ, you know, come do the interview. Shout out to Real Life Street Stars for letting DZ come do the interview, man. You know what I mean? So smash that like button and hit that subscribe button, man. Yeah. We going hard. And we doing the late night show tonight. Yeah. This right here is the makeup show for last night. You know what I'm saying? DZ was tired. Hey, yo, when I did the show the night before, right? I did the show and I ain't go to sleep. I had to go to sleep, man. You know what I mean? I had to go bowling and I had a few things to do. I ain't get no sleep. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow, it's going to be another one of them days. Because I got a appointment. So we going hard tonight. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. We going hard tonight. But then I got an appointment at 10 o'clock, and after the appointment, I got a job to do. Hey, listen, this is the grind. This is one thing that I do. I grind. Yeah, I got an appointment at 10. I gotta go get this damn nerve check. I don't know what the hell, you know what I'm saying? I guess it's for my suit that I got. You know what I mean? So I gotta get this nerve check tomorrow. And so when I get off the live, I'm gonna be heading to the nerve check. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do the nerve check, and then after the nerve check, I gotta go to the job. So we going hard in the paint. You know what I'm saying? Non-stop. You know what I mean? Just keeping it a buck. You know, smash that like button and hit that subscribe button, man. Shout out to all y'all that be rocking with the channel. Yeah, we go hard in the paint. We go hard in the paint, man. You hear me? We go hard in the paint, man. You know, listen, we grinding. You know what I mean? We grinding. You know? Shout out to y'all, man. Hit that like button, that subscribe button. Man, I appreciate y'all. Y'all know, y'all my folks. We going hard in the paint. Straight up. Yeah. We'll converse with the chat for a couple minutes. Shout out to the chat. You know what I mean? We're going to converse with the chat for a couple minutes before I run this interview. We running this interview now. Yeah. 85 degrees out here. Oh, yeah, it's hot out. Yeah, I was outside for a couple minutes. It's definitely hot out. Nice day out. I like the interview. You should do a part 2 on real life street stars, DZ. Recovery and necessary. Yeah, we're going to do a part 2 on real life street stars. That's just the start. Man, listen. In due time, we're going to get around. DZ going to get around in due time. You know, DZ just got to build the name up. You know what I'm saying? DZ got to build the name up. Once DZ build the name up with the support of all y'all, it's going to make the other platforms want to interview me. You know what I mean? That's what happened. We build the name up, and then other people going to be like, yo, get DZ on there. You know what I mean? So that's what we doing. We grinding. Yeah. We on all platforms too. Yeah. We on all platforms. Yeah. Shout out to all y'all. We on all platforms. Yeah. Twitch, Kick, Facebook, IG, Rumble, Twitter, Reddit, and TikTok. We on all platforms. You know what I mean? Yeah. Starting from the mud. Brick by brick. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Brick by brick. It's going to keep grinding. Non-stop, you know. Shout out to all my people in the chat. All the members. You know, all the people that rock with me, man. Yeah. He said one thing that Wack doesn't have, that every Cali banger or former banger has, ID and op that can verify his accounts of being Black Dynamite in the hood in the hills of Pacoima. Yeah, we ain't never seen nobody validate none of that gangster shit Wack pop. Custom made. You better know it. You better fucking know it. Yeah. Straight up. That's because Wack was nothing in Pacoima. Nothing. Yeah. Nothing. Yeah. Wack got on the internet and you know, he swear he was the biggest thing in Pacoima. You know, got on the internet though. We all see it. Smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. Shout out to y'all. Let's check this joint out, y'all. Yeah, we're going to check this Real Life Street Stars interview out, man. Shout out to all y'all that be rocking with the channel. Man, I appreciate all of y'all, man. If you haven't seen this joint, make sure you watch this Real Life Street Stars interview. It's your boy Dizzy on this joint, man. And if you haven't subscribed to Real Life Street Stars, go subscribe to their channel too. Appreciate all of y'all that be rocking with the channel. Hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, man. Shout out to all y'all, man. Stay locked in. Y'all know what it is, man. Yeah. He said, hold up. You said Wack over there yelling at them people because he heard Dogface on Adam and called SBGB TV. Okay. I ain't see the Dogface joint yet. But I ain't see Dogface on there, but Dogface just told me so. It's a members only on No Jumper. I ain't a member to No Jumper. This shit got me thinking about becoming a member so I can see that joint with Dogface on there. Real rap. That shit got me thinking about becoming a member so I can see the joint with Dogface. And I'm a rap with Dogface in a little bit about this shit, but I just seen it. I was like, damn, I gotta be a member to see this shit. Yeah. We going all the way in though. You hear me? Smash that like button and hit that subscribe button, man. I want y'all to check this out. Yeah, Adam let Dogface come up there. You know, he might as well let me come up there too now. Shit, he might as well let me come up there. You know, but hey, yo, listen, real quick, y'all. Real quick, before I play this interview, right? Him letting people go at Wack the way that they're going at Wack on his platform is something new. I gotta be real. You know what I mean? Because at one point, Adam wouldn't let other people go at Wack like he's letting them do this now. So that is some new shit. Maybe that's the way to force him out of there. You know what I mean? Because if we being real, there's other people that can do content. You know what I mean? Wack just lied. And I think his lies have kind of like ran their course. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same. Wack's lies have ran the course. It's like everybody that watches Wack knows that he's about to lie. They know this shit. So I think they kind of like ran their course, you know, on some real live shit. You know what I mean? You know, hey, yo, listen, this is why we going to keep going. You know, this is why we going to keep going. You know what I mean? Because our time going to come, you know, we going to keep grinding. And I know Adam see SBGB TV. We know that. Vlad, we know Academics is a scribe. We know they see us. You know what I mean? But I'm sure they was giving grace to Wack. You know what I mean? But Wack continues to lie and use their platforms to manipulate on some BS. You know what I'm saying? So just keeping it a buck. Yeah, we'll go another time. You know, right now, you know what I mean, my guy Dogface putting his foot down. You know what I mean? You gotta let him put his foot down right now. You know, and that's one thing, you know, that people understand in certain situations. You know what I mean? You gotta let Dogface put his foot down. I respect what he's doing. You know what I mean? I know you know, Dogface know I'm solid. So if, you know what I mean, he could throw me an alley-oop, I'm sure he would. Yo, get Dizzy on there. You know what I mean? So I know what it is. You know what I mean? Him and big homie CC, they definitely you know what I'm saying, rock with me and I rock with them. You know what I mean? We got all love. It ain't been no friction. It all been solid. But Dogface putting his foot down, that's what I need him to do. You know what I mean? Do his thing for him. So if it do come to where he be like, yo, get Deezy on there, hey, that's all respect. Shout out to Dogface for doing his thing. You know what I mean? He putting his work in. You know, Dogface putting his work in the way he put his work in. You know, I put the work in the way I put the work in. And this is what, you know, brings people and strengths together though. You know what I mean? Because he doing his thing in his lane. I'm doing my thing in my lane. You know what I mean? So that's what makes shit stronger. You know what I mean? It ain't like we trying to be in the same lane and, you know, somebody feeling some type of way about something. Nah, he doing his thing. You know, I got my lane going. He got his lane going. You feel me? So, you know, if he gonna throw me the alley-oop, he'll throw it to me. If it don't happen, it don't happen. We still grinding on SBGB TV. But in due time, we know that the other platforms, you know what I mean? We just got to build it up. We got to stamp something right now. You know what I mean? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. Shout out to all y'all. You know what I mean? You know, I appreciate y'all, man. Big facts. And I want y'all to check this interview out. Real Life Street Stars, man. It's your boy Deezy. We're going to run this joint, man. Shout out to Real Life Street Stars for allowing me to come on their platform, man. Let's check this joint out.
Real life.
It ain't real life.
Shout out to Real Life Street Stars. Had your boy Deezy on that joint.
You know what time it is. Real Life Street Stars. Hello, man. We got him in the building. The owner of SBGB TV in the building.
It's your boy Deezy, man. Shout out to Real Life Street Stars. SBGB TV in the building.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We got you in the building, man. You know, this comes from recommendations, man. My boy Dogface. And shout out Big Homie CC, man. They put me on you, man.
Shout out to Dogface and Big Homie CC, man.
Man, if you know anything about them two real ones, bro. Not only that, but they really from the streets. So, man, how did you end up? How does y'all got a connection? What's the connection there?
Okay, my guy Big Homie CC. You know, I go live 7 days a week, right? And I'm on YouTube doing a live call-in show. And, you know, that situation happened at No Jumper where, you know, Loose Cannon, Wicked100, and Loose Cannon Minions was outside a No Jumper and they beat up two individuals, Jay Reed and Marciano. And I've been covering the topic heavy. You know, I'm the only one that didn't let the situation die, you know, because ain't nobody talking about it no more. And we know it's been 15 months since the situation happened and ain't nobody been charged. So I've been keeping the situation alive because the guy that got beat up, stripped, butt naked, he paralyzed on the left side of his body. And, you know, he been inside a facility in a wheelchair. And, you know, I'm the only one that been covering the situation. So Big Homie CC, you know, see how I go in and keep it alive. You know, he called into the show. And ever since then, you know, me and Big Homie CC, we connected and we've been locked in. And, you know, Big Homie CC put me on the Dogface, like, yo, Deezy, Dogface, good peoples. And then, you know, I've been locked in with Dogface ever since, you know, two solid brothers.
Yo. Man, let's talk, you know, since we going to start like this. We're going to, you know, start with this and then we're going to kind of reel it back. Talk to me about this. Break down that whole Wicked100 and Loose Cannon situation and why you feel like it is such a big story.
For the simple reason that, you know, when I first seen the situation.
What is the situation for people that don't know?
The situation is it was two guys that, you know, was in contact with Loose Cannon. Matter of fact, it was one guy. Jay Reed was in contact with Loose Cannon and Wicked100 about getting a deal for Dash Network to do some business together, which the network is Fufafi. The network don't even exist. So, you know, Wicked100 was promoting it, trying to get a deal so that he can basically run a scam on Adam 22, right? So what he did was he got Jay Reed to come up to No Jumper, him and Loose Cannon. And when they came to No Jumper, Jay Reed's boy, Marciano, was the one that gave him a ride. So they go to No Jumper. They go inside of No Jumper. Wack tell them, yo, let's go outside. But the plan was already to, do something to him because they wanted to try to like put some type of pressure on them, to make it look like they was serious. So when they both came up there, Wicked100 said, Loose Cannon, go ahead and get at him. And what a lot of people don't know is if you pay attention to the tape that they put out of the situation, because it's out on Twitter right now. You can go on Twitter and look at it. So if you look at it on Twitter, you'll see right now that Wicked100 kicked Loose Cannon's foot to let him know to go ahead and do what he did. And when the situation went left, Wack act like he didn't have nothing to do with it. But the whole time, see, people really don't know that Wack was lining Loose Cannon up for that indictment with Big U and that 60s RICO. He ran around with Loose Cannon for 13 months while he was investigating and getting information against Big U, along with some other individuals. But when the situation went left, they robbed him out there, pistol whipped him, stripped him, and beat him bad. And, these guys are supposed to be rich. They supposed to have all this money and they got all these companies. But what we know now, Wack is a foo-faffy individual making up fake companies and different things like that to make his way into business with different people. And what he did was he had Loose Cannon do what he did. And they beat them individuals up bad, robbed them, stripped them. And the situation went left. And it's been 15 months and ain't nobody been indicted on the situation. So you already know what that is. Somebody's working with the feds. And Wack called me. So I talked about it on December 31st. Right. That's the first night I talked about this situation.
Yeah.
It happened on December 26th. December 31st, 2024, I talked about the situation. And, the views went up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm going to talk about this again because this right here, you see people pistol whipping and stripping and then put the video out and these is public figures. The feds is going to look at this. When you a public figure and you robbing and pistol whipping on camera and then put on the internet, that's something the feds like. They want to get involved and see what's going on in that situation. So I'm talking about, the feds is coming. The feds is coming. This is what I'm saying on the live the night before. I said, I'm going to go back the next night, right? And I said, if I go live tonight and Wack call me, I'm going to go up. Because I do the live calling show. I was doing the live calling show already.
Right.
So I go live the next night and go right back at the top. So I'm going in. The feds is coming. The feds is coming on this situation. Wack jump in the chat. Yo, what you talking about, homie? I said, yo, you can call in, Wack. He called in. I said, okay, we ready to go up now. When he called me, I'm like, yo, bro, I did a 2-hour interview with him before he talked to anybody about the situation. I did a 2-hour interview with him, and I said, yo, that situation gonna bring the feds. So Wack said, yo, what you mean the feds is coming? Why would the feds be coming? The feds ain't coming for no situation like that. I'm like, man, the feds is coming for this situation, bro. But I didn't know that at that time that the feds was coming for Loose Cannon in the 60s. So Wack was running with Loose Cannon the whole time to get information on Big U because he had him go up to No Jumper and sit down and talk about the robberies of the dispensary with the guy Dale. But the whole time, Wack was on a straight mission to get the information out of Loose Cannon about what Big U was doing so he can get the indictment on Big U. And that's what he did. Damn. And Wack had Loose call me after the situation and explain the situation to me. So I'm like, either Loose is slow or he's super slow, right? He calls me and explains the situation and tell me what happened and saying that they ain't gonna get indicted because Wack is telling him that ain't nothing gonna happen to him behind this situation. So he's talking about it, bragging about it, putting information out there, let alone the whole time he lining him up with the feds. And the situation went where when Wack called me and I'm telling him about, the feds is coming, The feds was coming. It just wasn't for that situation. It was for the Big U and the 60 RICO. So 3 months later, the RICO came down. Loose Cannon didn't know the whole time he was the jokes.
So let me ask you this. When you look at Wack, everybody always says, man, Wack's the police this, Wack's the police that, right? But it's like the hood still embraces him. He don't never really get touched. And it's like, if he is doing these moves, he got to be one of the most strategic niggas we've ever seen. So what is your take on Wack? Because you spoke to him personally. So like when you sit back and just take feelings out of it, like, do you really believe he's the police?
Of course.
And why do you feel? And you shared a clip of ours about, Sky. Shout out Sky. She explained that.
Shout out to Sky.
She explained that he was one of the undercover cops in the thing. But why do you feel that he is the police? What points to that?
From everything that we see from him, whenever something's happening, he's always involved, but he's never questioned. If you ask Wack, has the feds ever talked to you? He'll tell you no. Now, the situation that we see with Loose Cannon, the feds got Wack in there saying that he was in the interview with Loose Cannon at No Jumper talking about the situation. But Wack say, oh, I ain't got nothing to do with that. He talked about it himself. People don't understand Wack is a 137 informant. Dude is working with the people. He's never going to be in no paperwork ever. He's never going to be in paperwork. He's valuable to the feds. Straight up. And I'm going to tell you like this. The people that rock with me know I done said this, right? Now, I was under investigation 9 years ago. At this time when I said it before, it was 8 years ago, right? The feds had me under investigation. Now, I ain't involved in no street activity. I left my past in the past, but I was under investigation, right? They took my phone. The feds picked me up, took my phone 8 years ago at this time when I talked about it last time, right? Now, I start talking about Wack being the feds sent me a certified letter. ASAP. Yo, you can come get this phone. I'm like, y'all took a phone from me 8 years ago. I don't need the phone. I don't want the phone, but y'all saying I can come get it. And then y'all telling me it's an iPhone. I've never had an iPhone a day in my life. Now they telling me to come get this iPhone. They saying where they picked me up at. They saying when they had me the time frame, and then I'm eligible to get the phone back now, and it's all good, right? Why would the feds contact me out of this situation that I'm talking about Wack? Just all of a sudden the feds gonna contact me and say come get the phone. After 8 years, y'all ain't saying nothing about this phone? I know Wack the feds. Straight up. Dude been working with the feds for a while. He had a situation with the Main Street Crips. He got caught with straps in Texas. The case went on for 5 years. He said he paid millions to get out of the case. The case got dismissed in the interest of the justice. Come on now. What person do you know get caught with a whole bunch of straps and ammunition, pulled over, and then the suppression hearing got dismissed from the judge saying the suppression hearing is dismissed because we feel it's evidence to go forward, right? You suppress the evidence when you feel that you got a case that you can beat them on suppression. The judge denied the suppression hearing. The case got dismissed in the interest of the justice. Who would get that done? The feds, and I really see everything that he's involved with. Him threatening Aaron the plumber. He told Aaron the plumber on camera, live, that he was going to get him knocked off for $1,500. He said, I'm going to get your mama knocked off. I'm going to get your kids knocked off. $1,500 to get you knocked off. Aaron the plumber went to the police, made a report, and they dropped it. He said every time he called the police back about it, they wouldn't respond to him, wouldn't talk to him no more. And we see the situation with No Jumper. Who do you know is going to have a situation like that? And everything he's involved with, he's never questioned. But people still gravitate to him now. And I'm going to tell you why. Because they look at Wack as opportunity. They know that he gets a lot of attention, but people don't be really using their mind and understand that the attention that he's getting is negative attention. The people that watch Wack 100, they want to see who is the next person about to get indicted. They're not watching Wack. This is why you never see Wack promote any merch. A person like Wack will have like merch or something that they're promoting. you would be like, damn, why isn't nobody asking Wack to promote anything for him, right?
Right.
Because they know he is not right. I don't want to put my brand behind somebody that I know is involved with robberies, pistol whip, stritting, telling you going to unalive somebody on camera. Why would I want to put my brand behind somebody like that?
But let me ask you this. What does that make everybody that's rocking with him then?
You know what it make them? It make them the same as him. It's like if you're working with a rat and you know that this individual is a rat, you a rat too. But I'm going to tell you like this, right? A lot of the gang members that's out there in California that rock with Wack, they really don't want to be gang members. They want to be podcasters, but they act like they still want to be associated with the gangs because they want to still be able to go in the hood. They want to still be able to go around certain individuals, but they really want to be podcasters. You got these dudes that will sit around Wack and deal with them, and then the next thing you know, Wack is calling them out, saying that they snitching, that they doing some foul shit, but the whole time it's him. But they want to be involved with them because they want to be a part of the podcast world. They don't really want to be gang members.
Right.
They're exposing themselves.
So why does it feel like he really can call shots though? On the street level though. We ain't like when you see what he's doing, it seems like he's able to galvanize his people, my nigga, from the streets. Why does it seem like they still rock with him then? That's the part that's fucking me up that I don't get. You see what I'm saying?
I'm with you. It's the manipulation, right?
Yeah.
It's because Wack could tell you that he got business with Birdman, right?
Yeah.
Wack could tell you he got business with Akon. He'd tell you he got business with Snoop Dogg. And Wack called my show. I told him directly to his face on the phone. Yo, bro, you don't have no business with Game. Yeah, he was Game's manager, but Game cut him off. Game lost his crib, $7 million in debt, all this kind of stuff dealing with Wack. Snoop Dogg don't rock with Wack. You know, Akon called Wack to get on No Jumper to get him to the stage to talk about his artist. But none of them dudes are doing business with Wack. He begged Birdman to get a budget for Blueface. Blueface been home 4 months now, ain't got no budget. But you supposed to be this big manager exec. You know, he got Blueface signed to a managing deal and a label deal, and then he couldn't get him shot to another label now. So it's just him as the manager getting money off Blueface and him as the label getting money off Blueface while he goes to the internet and try to tell people whatever he want to tell them. But we all seen it. Academics broke it down. Yo, you got him signed to this, that. He tried to retract it and act like, nah, that's not what it is. But we all see, if you look it up and you look Blueface's work up online on Spotify, you'll see he signed to 100 ENT and Wack is his manager. So the manager's getting paid and the label. So he couldn't wait till Blueface came home so he could continue to tear him up. This what type of individual he is, though. You better watch him out there.
So let me ask you this, right? Because you come from the streets, right?
Facts.
So when you're covering these cases, do you ever feel like in a way it's telling, or in a way it's like it's a slippery slope, or is it just journalism?
I'm gonna tell you like this, right? I come from the street, right?
Yeah.
Straight up. But when I came to the internet and I came to YouTube, I told myself, I'm done with the streets. I don't have to live by those street rules. When I played in the street, I lived by the street rules. Yeah. I'm done with the street. And I tell anybody, once you come to the internet, why are you gonna come to the internet and try to play both sides of the fence? You're gonna get jammed up. You gotta pick a side. So when I came to the internet, I made sure that things was cleared up. I ain't got no charges. I don't have nothing that I gotta worry about. So I'm a civilian. My street life, my shit, I got credibility out there. Everybody know I've been to trial for serious shit. I've been to trial for murder. I've been to trial for different charges in the street. And I already know, can't nobody say DZ told on them about nothing. But now I'm a YouTuber and I'm gonna live like a civilian. I'm not coming to the internet and act like I want to live like a gangster. So everything that I've been through and all the situations that I got through, and I changed my life to let my life go down because I want to be accepted by some dudes in the street, negative.
Okay, I'm gonna play a scenario out. Boom. Rapper A knocks a nigga off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rapper B tells you about it. Do you break that information?
If rapper B, I don't want to know. I'm gonna tell him, like, listen, don't tell me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just being real. If you get in a situation in the street, don't come tell me because I'm reporting stuff that's going on.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not subjected to be like, I'm trying to keep stuff confidential. This is why, and I'm going to tell you right now, I roll dolo. Ain't no niggas been around me. You not getting in my car. We not hanging out. I'm not running around with no street niggas because I know once some street niggas come around me, I'm getting loud on the internet. The feds going to start watching. And I'm a nigga that made it through while not getting indicted by the feds. And I've been picked up by the feds. So, and I've been followed for months by the feds. The feds was working out in the gym with me, all kinds of shit. I made it through that situation. Why would I come to the big screen and want to be accepted by the street? So don't come tell me no shit you doing out there in the street because I'm covering what's going on in the world. So I don't want to know. If you out there doing something wrong, don't try to confide in me because I left my past in the past. Go talk to somebody that's in that life.
So let's talk about this. Let's talk about your situation real quick. First and foremost, for people that don't know, where are you from?
I'm from Delaware.
Delaware.
Newcastle, Cash Ave.
Hey, never met. Hey, you the first person from Delaware on the couch. So we finna ask you some shit.
Facts. Shout out to Castle. Y'all already know. South Bridge, West Side, East Side, North Side, Riverside. All y'all, man. I appreciate all y'all that be rocking with me.
What parts of Delaware do niggas need to stay away from?
Hey, listen, the city. You hear me? The city in Newcastle. You know, West Side, North Side, East Side, South Bridge. You know, you don't want to be out of bounds. And you know, some people think about Delaware, right? Because it's small and they never been there. But the same shit that go on in every other city go on there too. If you come out of place, they're going to knock your noodles out. This happens everywhere. So, you know, if you ain't from somewhere, and this is anywhere where the inner city where things is going on at, you don't want to step out of bounds because people ain't going to be having you coming around their area acting like you from around there. That's anywhere you go. So, you know, any city in the world, it go down. But I know damn well in the city of Wilmington, it go down.
Yeah. So I want you to detail or walk me through. You say the feds were following you. Give me a story on that. So you were fighting a murder case, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, we're just going to say allegedly on all that. But tell me what happened.
All right. So this was two different situations, right?
Yeah.
So the situation.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Two different. Nobody else.
The situation, you know, and you know, this situation when I got locked up when I was 19.
19. So before you was 19, were you a badass kid? Was you in the streets? Like
I was in the street. You know, I'm a hustler, right?
Gotcha.
And like, you know, now I understand how to hustle the legit way, and I'm a positive brother, and I know that if you a hustler, you can do it any way outside of the street. It's just not the street that you got to subject yourself to. But us as people from the hood areas, we think that the only thing we can do is in the street. But if you got that same drive, you can drive it any direction. Well, we just get caught up in our environment because we products of our environment. And then a lot of people don't want to step outside of it because this all they feel they know.
I feel like there's a lot of different versions of street dudes, right? You got, like you said, the hustlers who are just trying to make $1 and they might have to get violent because that's what the game calls for. Then you got the pimps that's just really just on some P shit. Then you got niggas that are just straight on bullshit. Like they on some Jack Boy, they just violent, they gon'. So you were on the hustling end of the spectrum.
There you go.
How did you get to the point where you had to catch a body or allegedly had to defend yourself? Like what made, was it just the hustle part of it that made it that way? Or was it was a jungle? Because you are from a place that they would consider a jungle. So what do you say?
I'm gonna say it like this, you know, and I always keep it a buck. Since I came to the internet, I keep it a buck. This is how I do, right? So when I was 19, right, you know, some guys, they tried to play with me, right?
Right.
And, you know, I went through to bomb some shit. I ain't even gonna lie. I went through to bomb some shit, right?
Right.
When they seen
hold on,
me,
wait. So you was on bullshit then. So you wasn't just a hustler. You was on that bullshit too.
Yes.
Okay.
No, but it's because they played with me.
Got you. So
you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I wasn't going at them. I went through to bomb some shit.
But that means you went on the offense.
Of course.
So that means you are a little bit of the crash out type then.
Don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm a civilized brother and I'm going to be real. Just don't play with me because I'm going to respect you.
Right.
If you disrespect me, then we going to go there.
Right,
and that's just what it is.
Right.
So, you know, they tried to play with me. right? So I went through to bomb some shit. And when I went through to bomb some shit, they start cutting. You hear me? So now I go through to bomb some shit and they start cutting and they hit their own people. You feel what I'm saying? So now, this how these sucker niggas do. This what alerted me. I'm 19 years old when this happened, right? This is what gave me the understanding about how these niggas really ain't who they say they are, right? So I went through the bomb some shit, right? Which I got found guilty of that. So I can accept that.
Right.
I went to trial and I got found guilty of bombing some shit.
Right.
So when I go to trial, you know, I go through the bomb the shit, they start cutting at me. Boom, boom. They start hitting. Hit their own people. Now, when they hit their own people, the bull check out. Straight up. Now, the ballistics say everything. You hear me? When you got the ballistic, it tell you where the shells is and everything that's going on. This is what they got, right? Now, these niggas run straight to the police department. Straight there. You hear me? After this shit, because the nigga check straight out. When they go to the police department, the first thing they do is say my name. So they say, they lie. They say, I'm hitting at them, right? And they saying, they start hitting back. So they said, I'm the one that hit they peoples, but they was hitting back. So they admit this shit, right? Police let these niggas, they let them go about the shit, right? The next morning, they come pick me up. Wee hours of the morning. I'm in the crib, they come around SWAT, grab me up, boom, take me down. When they take me down, I don't say nothing. They like, who was with you? What happened? I don't speak about the case at all. I'm like, I'm gonna go to trial if I gotta go to trial. So they let me go that day, right? I ain't say nothing. Now, they come back the next day, grab me up again, and they charge me with first-degree murder. So now, I get locked up for first-degree murder. These niggas, they lock them up now too. So they locked me up for like 4 months. They put me in a hole for 90 days. I'm in the hole for 90 days. And, you know, I had one attorney. He got the plan with me. I wrote him a letter. He ain't like my letter. He dropped my case. I got another attorney. The attorney started asking for all the ballistics and everything involved with the case, right? And the attorney like, I want everything. So now when the new attorney that I got, and, you know, shout out to Gene Meyer, because we went to war on that case and we rocked that case, right? Yeah. So when I get locked up, I'm in there for 120 days. They dropped the whole case.
Because you didn't speak?
Yeah, because I didn't speak and because the lawyer asked for the ballistics and everything involved in the case because they knew I didn't do the murder. You understand what I'm saying? But they was trying to scare me. They didn't understand that I'm a soldier. If I know I didn't do something, why do I have to speak to y'all?
Right.
I don't have to speak to y'all because y'all saying that y'all going to charge me. Yeah. So they dropped the case.
Real quick, how many cases do you think would be dropped if people didn't speak?
95% of them.
Damn.
95. If people do not make statements, listen, this is how they build a case off statements. The police ain't there. How the police gonna make a case on anybody if they not there without witnesses? Witnesses are a key factor. This is why they make their cases the way they do, because it's usually somebody you deal with, somebody close to you that make a statement on you that make the case.
So let me ask you this. That was the first situation.
Yeah.
After that first situation, did that change how you felt about the streets?
Of course, it changed how I felt about the street. It made me move different. It made me feel like I'm not going to be around individuals because, you know, at that point in time, I'm running around doing my thing out in the street, but I'm involved with a lot of people. I'm a young boy. And then I like rose up at that age above a lot of people in the street. So it like had me in tune around a lot of people. And from that situation, it let me know that, you know, people really, you know, ain't your friend. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, the individuals that tried to play with me, they tried to play with me from the situation of me being around some people in the projects. So, you know, I'm around people in the projects and then, you know, niggas get comfortable and then, you know, they feel like, oh, I'm gonna try you. But once I learned that and I kept my distance from everybody, I've never like had those type of problems again because I understand people that come at you are usually the people that are around you and comfortable with you. It's never nobody that don't know you, because it takes somebody around you to get to know your movements and be able to get next to you. It's not people that don't know you, they can't get next to you because they don't know your damn movements.
Okay, so tell me about the second situation.
All right.
God damn. Well, how are you in the second situation?
All right, but let me finish. Let me tell you. Hold on. Let me finish tell you about this one right here.
Oh yeah, keep going.
Let me tell you about this one right here.
Yeah.
All right. So when the situation, when they dropped the case, right, they let me go for 7 months.
Oh.
Right.
Shit. Okay.
And then they came back. I'm sitting in the crib chilling. I'm in the crib laid back. The lawyer called me. Yo, we gotta go turn you in. I'm like, why? I said they charge you with 2nd-degree murder now.
What? On the same case?
On the same case. So they charged me with 2nd-degree because...
Isn't that double jeopardy?
Nah, because they never went through with the case. They dropped it and then they went down to the 2nd-degree, right?
They try to put something on you that they felt they could stick?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So they thinking that because of these individuals, and I never made a statement, and nobody from around me, like that they had to go against me. You feel me? So with these dudes making a statement, that was their case. You feel what I'm saying?
So in the streets, were they labeled snitch?
Of course. I sent the paperwork home. Listen, those individuals, they don't hang out in the same area. They still around, but they don't hang out in the same area because, people done already put it on them like, y'all the police.
Was they quote unquote street dudes before?
Of course.
Oh, gotcha.
They running around with that iron all the time. They ready to get active. But this why when I see any nigga that's, flamboyant and all hyped about having that strap, you gonna tell. Because when they go down, they're going to grab you because you known for doing this. So the police already going to have your MO. They going to tell. So any nigga that's running around popping that shit, when I see these dudes on YouTube and on the internet popping that shit on the internet, they police because of the way that they going to act when the police come. If you telling all the information about how you going to do this and do that to somebody on the internet, what you going to do when the police come? This is why I know whack the police. So niggas that talk like that, you already know what they are. So let me tell you though, right? So when they re-indicted me, right, and charged me with the situation, now they got me on pre-trial. They gave me a bail. So they let me bail out now. I go to trial with this shit. And when I go to trial with this shit, I beat the main part of the shit and I got found guilty of the firebomb. And, they gave me 3 years for that shit. Now, that's the only felony I ever been convicted in my life. And that shit was 20 years ago. I made it through that situation, by the grace of God. But it gave me a strong insight to understand what to stay away from on that level. But, I still ran the streets after that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, the situation got me in a situation where the feds was watching.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, that situation was messy.
Yeah.
The feds was following me around and I didn't know this. You know what I mean? I didn't know. But then at one time I thought I seen something. I'm like, yo, this look funny, But when I was in the street, like how these people be moving, when I was in the street, I would never come to this. I would never, ever talk on a camera. And I'm going to be real. I've been doing YouTube now for about 2 years. I was scared to do this shit. I'm like, man, I know I got a past, but I done put it in the back of me. Whatever they did in the past, if I get bothered from my past, then it's gonna help me move forward if that's what they want to do. But I know I ain't doing shit. So it's far removed from me. But when I was in the street, I would never talk on the internet. On Facebook, I would never post any street shit. I would never have any street conversation. And you definitely ain't talking on my phone about nothing in the street. So it's how a lot of these jokers get caught up. They run around and they talking on the phone freely, saying whatever on the phone. And when I see people like Wack talking like that, it's the police. Dude had the same phone 10, 20 years and talk about everything criminal. Why wouldn't the feds come check your phone? You got all the information. You got all the documentation. You feel me? But the situation with the feds, they followed me around. These niggas was in the gym with me. I didn't know they was in the gym with me. And this is how I found out. I had a situation, where they was on my ass, right? And I smelled it. So when I smelled it, I got love, right? And this is no cap. I ain't never told nobody this shit, right? This is facts. They was on my ass and I took them. Straight up. When I sensed it was them, I took them. And they know I took them. So I got low on them. I lost them. they caught back up to me. And when they caught back up to me, they just looked at me, pulled up. They was 4 deep. They pulled up, looked at me, and then just pulled off. Now, 3 months go by. But now, once I seen that, it was over for me. That once I seen that, and you know, this was like 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Once I seen that, it was over, right? So now, 3 months go by.
Yeah.
The feds pick me up. Now, they sitting out front of my crib, right? So I'm ready to jump in my baby, right?
Yeah.
I got the frog. I'm ready to jump in my baby one morning and take my kids to school for the first day of school, right? And I said, all right, now I ain't gonna drive my baby. I'm gonna jump in the Jeep, right?
Yeah.
But the feds is sitting out by my crib, and I seen them, but I didn't pay attention to them. You know, because months went by, I'm like, man, they done with me. Because they know I wasn't doing nothing. They like, man, this nigga ain't doing, but they watching still. So they follow me. 30-minute ride down the highway. I get to the school. I pull up to the school, walk the kids in school for the first day. As I come out, 4 big white boys. They got they badge inside when they first walking toward me, and they coming like at different angles. They coming in the direction towards me, right? I look back once, I'm like, I ain't nothing. I look back again, they close and they pull their shit out. DA. I'm like, what's going on? They grabbed me up, threw me in their car. They like, yeah, where you was on your way to the gym. Now I had a car dealership at this time. They was like, what time you open the dealership? They know what time I open the dealership, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
They like, okay, boom. So they throw me in the car. They take my car, take me down, right?
Yeah.
So they take me down to the state, to the federal station that they got, right?
Yeah.
DEA shit. So I go in the joint, and when I'm sitting down in the joint, they like, we don't want you, right? And I'm just listening the whole way there. They talking to me the whole way there. I'm sitting there in the car like this. I ain't saying one word. I'm not making no emotion. My legs is doing like this. I'm shaking the whole time. I'm like, damn, it's over. You feel what I'm saying? But I know I ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? But usually when they pick you up, the case is already locked. So I'm shaking all the way down the station. I already know me. I'm never going to make a case on myself and give no conversation to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm never going to do nothing like that, right?
Yeah.
So they take me down to the joint, right? And when they take me down there, they sit me in there. It's about 5, 6 of them in there, right? The head dude come in there. He like, yeah, we don't want you. They had their eyes on somebody else, right? They like, we don't want you. You know who we want, right? I'm just looking at them. They just talking. They like, man, why you in the streets? I ain't saying nothing. They like, what time you open the dealership? I said, man, you know I open the dealership at 10 o'clock, man. Come on. He like, all right, well, you know, just talk to us. Let us know. Boom, boom, boom. We're going to get you out of here, right? So they got me sitting at the table. They tell me, yo, we got you on a phone conversation, right? Now, they say, you want to hear it? I'm like, yeah. They put a phone conversation on. All I said was back up. I said, oh, shit, I'm good. The motherfucker said, all right, we're going to read you your rights. They read me my rights. They said, you want to talk to us? I said, I'm going to follow us on that paper. They like, what? They like, you can trust us. I said, listen, man, if God want me to go to jail, I'm going to jail, right? They like, well, God wants you to talk to us. So now, you know, I hit him with my shit. I'm like, well, listen here, sir. I'm going to tell you like this. I can't trust nobody. And I'm going to tell you why I can't trust nobody. I was riding down the highway one day, right? And I was doing like 70, 80. Yeah. And I farted. And I almost shit on myself. Yeah. I said, if I ride around with my asshole every day and I can't trust that motherfucker, I can't trust nobody. They was sick. They like, come on, we're fingerprint you, get the fuck out of here then. Fingerprint me, let me out the back door. I go to the gym the next day. Me and my boy in there working. I tell my boy, I said, yo, dog, they picked me up, bro. He like, what? I'm like, yo, they picked me up, bro. He like, you sure? Nigga, what you mean am I sure, nigga? So I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, there go the nigga right there in the gym with us. The nigga been in the gym with us for months. We was routinely going to the gym Monday through Friday. But I didn't know the nigga because they dress in regular clothes. I'm like, yo, the nigga right there. So what I do? I'm like, yo, bro, I'm ready to go ask the nigga for my phone back. He like, man, leave that nigga alone. I'm like, man, I'm going to ask the nigga for my phone back. I go ask the nigga, yo, y'all want to get my phone back? He like, call down to the office, right? Nice and calm.
Yeah.
I called the office. They said, we ain't giving you shit back, motherfucker. And we coming back to get you. That was the last I heard of them motherfuckers until I got to talking about whack. I get the phone. I get the letter in the mail telling me to come get the phone. After I've been 8 months went by, I ain't heard nothing from him. Soon as I'm talking about whack, when I know he's an informant working with the feds, and I'm exposing him to the point where nobody's not going to be able to not understand what the man is saying. You know, how he's doing. Every time he do something, I expose it and let the people know how he's working with the people and what he's doing to use the Jedi mind trick on the people. And he knows this. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
crazy.
And when he called into my show, he started telling me bet that he got a relationship with Game, Snoop, and other people. I said, well, let's bet that you're working with the feds too. He said, nah. Let's bet that too. You want to bet that you got a relationship with Game? I'm telling you, bet it. And then you know what he said? Bet your channel. I said, oh, so my channel is that valuable to you that you want to bet my channel? SBGB TV is that valuable that you want to bet the channel? That you got a relationship with these individuals? Why you don't want to bet the money? With the channel? Because it's sending volume. I got an interview with him, Loose Cannon. I got an interview with Jay Reed and Marciano, both of the people that got robbed, stripped, and pistol whipped outside of No Jumper. And they know. So, you know, like I got a lot of content on the page that proves what type of individuals. And he called my show 5 times. But he thought I was like one of those minions on Clubhouse that he's able to manipulate. And he couldn't understand that I come from the street and I'm not a guy that wants to be a part of individuals. I rock dolo. I don't need to have a whole bunch of people around me, street people or whatever you want to call yourself, police niggas. And this is something that I want people to understand, right? I need people to understand this out there, everybody, right? When you reach a certain level in life and you have influence, strong influence over individuals, the feds is coming straight up because they know that they want to control how you operate. They're not going to allow you to run around here and do whatever you want, and they don't have time. So all the people that you see at the top level, you better believe that the feds have spoken to them and came and seen them because they want to control the narrative. We don't see the feds running around. They control the narrative by the people that control the minds of other people. And this is people, they don't understand that. Pay attention to the game.
That's crazy, man. You being from the streets, why do niggas strip niggas butt ass naked though? Like, what is that about?
Man, I think, you know, that when I see that's the California fruit guy shit. I don't know what's going on. The guys that do it out there, they got to be fruit guys. Now, I ain't saying everybody in Cali fruit guys because there's some solid dudes out there, and I rock with some solid guys out there in California that contact me, that I speak to on the phone. But the dudes that do it, that's some fruit ball shit. Because why would you want to see another man's private area? You know, why would you want to take another man's clothes off? You can go inside a man's pocket if you want to rob him, but you want to see his private area? That's some fruit booty shit. So to the dudes that's on that, those some fruits.
Man, all right, this is what I want you to do. We got you in the building, right? It's a couple things we got to go over. Let's talk about this Lil Durk case, right? First and foremost, have you been keeping up with it?
Yeah.
Okay. Break it down for those that don't understand what the fuck is going on. So basically, I want you to break down the Lil Durk case.
The situation with Lil Durk case, right? His homie, King Von, went out there running pressure on people, which he was used to doing, running straight pressure on people. Now, he ran down and ran the pressure on the wrong individuals. You know, they was ready. See, and this is what you got to understand. It's jokers out here that's running around with that fire all the time. You're not going to just feel like when you want to pull the fire out, it's going to be okay. And when they don't want to pull it out, it's not going to be okay. Nah, they was ready to pull that fire out. And that's what happened with King Von. Now, Durk listening to the people, his fans, everybody saying slide for Von. That was the dumbest thing Durk did. Sliding for Von was the dumbest thing he did. Because now all the people that was rocking with Durk, you don't hear nobody speaking up. Because don't nobody want no parts of the feds. Nobody. Everybody talk that Big Willie shit. Don't nobody want to see the feds about nothing. Now, Dirk went out there, and you know, we're gonna say allegedly, but Dirk made a song now. He made a song and a video imitating the crime scene. This how cocky these niggas was getting. He made a song and a video. The video was an exact image of the crime scene where Quando Rondo was outside crying with his cousin laying on the ground. What you think, the feds is sweet like that? You think they gonna allow you? They not allowing you to leave with violence. Now, Dirk thought he was gonna have his homies get back, put his homies on the jet, do all this shit, put work in. They went and knocked down the wrong individual. Even if it would have been Quando, the shit was still gonna come back to him. Now the feds is investigating Dirk for years. He done beat cases, attempt cases, and other cases. They investigating. They come through and grab everybody up after niggas is telling. You think that a nigga gonna go out here and knock somebody down for you, and then the feds pick them up and they gonna go sit in jail for the rest of their life while you out here in Rolls Royces and Ferraris and mansions? That shit don't operate like that. This is why you never think that you gonna hire somebody to commit a crime for you at that level and a nigga not gonna tell. Dirk thought he was good. Niggas is talking. Niggas is telling. They don't want to sit in jail for the rest of their life. Everybody pop that Big Willie shit when they on the street and free and able to do what they want because they want to be accepted by niggas in the street. So niggas want to be accepted by these niggas in the street. They running around popping that shit. They put the work in for Dirk. Feds grab them up. They turn on Dirk. You think the feds ain't pushing this case back to make niggas feel it? When you sit in jail, for those that been in jail, they know what I'm talking about. When you sit in jail, the longer you sit in jail, everybody leave. Don't nobody sit there and wait for you. Dirk girl leaving now. She ready to roll. When you sit in jail for months and months and months and then it turn into years, don't nobody life stop because you go to jail. Now you might meet somebody in jail that want to ride out with you, but you don't go from the street and then somebody stay with you from the street after living a life of luxury and think they're going to sit there with you, especially when you facing life in jail. Now Dirk homies done flipped on him. They done told on him, and it's all gonna come out when the trial come, or the individual's gonna testify. You know, that sit there and stand tall shit. These young brothers out there, y'all better pay attention to what Dirk going through. Because Dirk going through this situation because he let the people get in his ear and influence him that he needed to retaliate for Vaughn. Vaughn had to take his L. It's a time in your life when you gotta understand, I gotta take this L. Right? So if Dirk would have understood, man, I got to take this L. My homie got knocked down. We got to move smarter. He would still be here getting money, living life. But he felt like he had to do something. So now, if you look at it, right? Quando, NBA Youngboy, their camp is going to be running. Quando locked up right now, but he about to come home, right? Their camp is still going to run and get money. Vaughn dead and Dirk ready to do life. Their whole camp is dismantled. OTF, all that shit is dismantled because y'all didn't understand how to let it go. That situation went the way it went. When you become famous and you be in front of this camera, you can't play both sides of the game because the feds are not gonna allow you to lead with violence. And Dirk didn't understand that. But I bet right now, he's saying to himself every day that he wish he didn't be involved with that bullshit because he had life in the chokehold.
Do you think he's gonna come home?
No, not at all. Because when you got your homies now, niggas that you out here putting work in. Now, and you know, some people try to compare like, oh, the feds got Diddy and Diddy's situation was different. Diddy's situation was different. Diddy had a situation with some women that he was dealing with, humping on, doing things that, you know, he might have coerced them to do certain things, but they participated. Right. His situation was different. Dirk's situation got the homies that was out here putting in work, then turned on him. Yeah, Dirk was paying us to do this. Dirk paid us to do that. Yeah, Dirk did this. Dirk did that. And the feds is not going to reveal all of their information. This is what people understand. They're not going to put their whole hand on the table. And people think that because they don't know everything, it's things that's sealed in that case. The feds already know how situations happen with their informants, with people that got money. You hear me? They're not going to reveal everything. That's why they got Big U's case in a chokehold. You can't see nothing. They're not. They've been doing this for too long. You got to understand, the feds is using the people in the world in these situations to figure out how to deal with the next situation. So the situation that they dealing with right now with Dirk, this shit ain't nothing new. They know how to operate with it, and they laid on this case. Diddy case was different. They laid on Dirk's case for years while getting information, investigating people that was around him to say shit. And I don't think Dirk gonna get out on this situation.
Damn. When you look back, do you feel like when you just look at how King Von was moving, right? It's a lot of people that championed his destruction, right? Do you feel like he got what he deserved? Do you feel like he was fucking the youth up with how he was moving, the messaging he was putting out there?
Damn right he got what he deserved. King Von went around putting, that murder life out there. So what you think gonna happen? What you put out in the universe, you gonna get back. You keep putting, knock this down, knock that down. You think it ain't gonna happen to you? And it's like the situation happened to him unexpectedly. He went to put his hands on somebody and got knocked down. So the energy you put out there, you never know how it's gonna come back. And that situation there, it shocked a lot of people because a lot of people got hit in the situation. People done checked out after from their injuries that was going on for a couple years. So yeah, King Von got what he deserved. He thought that he was untouchable. And this should be something. See, it's crazy that our people don't look at the situation for what it is. They get manipulated by the things in the world. The world is filled with a lot of manipulation. And within our culture, we're manipulated by this BS type of thinking. And this is why it continues to cycle over and over against us, because people keep thinking that you can win that way. You can't win. Did Vaughn really win because he had a little shine and lost his life right after he got the shine? Or if he would have went about it differently and left the streets alone, he would be still here. Played himself out of position when he was in a position that so many youngsters want to be in, and they out there following him, self-destructive, paying attention to the BS, when all that shit do is get you to fail. People better wake up out there.
What do you being in the streets, what do you think is the biggest cause of so many YNs? We see them, bro. Like they toting pistols, they bragging about what they doing, they going online incriminating themselves, even after example after example. Why do you think it keeps happening?
The music now, the music is a major part, because people don't know how to separate that music in real life. A lot of these jokers are not living what they saying in the music. Now you got the guys like Dirk and Vaughn that was, but a lot of these jokers ain't living that shit. And it's a lot of people that know how to really say that shit. They know how to really deliver it on the track that make you feel it like they living it. Like, I had a cousin, right, that really thought Rick Ross, the rapper Rick Ross, was the drug dealer. Yeah. And I kept telling him, bro, he's not moving no bricks, dog. Yeah, Rick Ross got the bricks. Do you understand that if Rick Ross would have had bricks, that the feds would have been grabbing? They know what's going on. This is what people got to understand, right? Your TV in your house, they can see you. Your phone, they can hear you. People don't even understand how they tracked every day. And I'm going to tell y'all, everybody out there, you are tracked every day by your email. If you go on your phone and hit find my email, it'll tell you your exact location. Now you understand that the government has access to your email whenever they want to. They don't need a passcode. So if the government wants to find out where you at, all they got to do is look at your email. When you get inside these rental cars and you put your information, your phone, and you link it, it's giving all your data. The game, it's a lot of technology out there now that people start thinking that they can still get through the bullshit. But you can't, man. The game has changed.
Miss Betty from the chat says a lack of fathers. How would you respond to that? Shout out Miss Betty in the chat.
When we say a lack of fathers, now that could be, right? But then you got the same time, right? That in situations where the father would try to be there, but the mother, she's going through her issues with whatever she feels about the father, and she steps in between the father's relationship, and the father say, I can't deal with both of these situations. It's either I fight with you, I get locked up. I try to be there, I get locked up because you might be jealous. So the fathers can try to be there, but the industry is putting a lot of information out there that's manipulating the kids. So you understand this, right? The internet is raising these kids now. You know, when they at home and they on their phones, they on the internet, they on YouTube, they on TikTok, they on Instagram, they on Twitter. We all know Twitter, you can do whatever you want. You can take your clothes off, violence, anything. And kids is watching that shit. So the internet is raising the kids now. The kids don't even want to listen to the parents, because if you discipline the kids call the police on you. Now, when they call the police on you, they automatically right. Now the police want to chastise the parent, and now the kid get to do what he want regardless, because the parent don't want to go through that situation again because they already been in a situation for it. So it's so many things that have changed in this world that we got to pay attention that life is not how it used to be. A father can be there all the time, but if they got influence from going to stay the night over their friend's house, and which that is a lot of influence, because you could go to somebody else's house and they don't got the same rules that you got at your house. So when they go to your house, when they go to their friend's house, they over there doing whatever they want. And I'm gonna say this, right? When I was young, right, I smoked cigarettes from 10 years old to 17. I hate cigarettes. I'm in my 40s now. I hate cigarettes. I smoked from 10 to 17. And how I started smoking, it wasn't at my house. It was going over my friend's house and they was smoking. So I started smoking because he was smoking. He was 11, I was 10, and I'm smoking cigarettes because he's smoking. But I stopped at 17.
Y'all was some bad little kids, boy.
Hey, listen.
10 and 11, goddamn.
Yeah. But this is how it happens, though. You can have a strong household and structure, and then you go to somebody else's house, and it's leaning over there.
Yeah.
And they doing a lot of negative things.
That's a fact. You have a platform, right? SBGB. Shout out to everybody in the chat. If you got your questions, make sure you put them in there. Shout out Miss Betty been asked the questions. But you have a platform, right? And you know, one of my favorite places to go find new information is Twitter, right? But even now, bro, are you finding it's very hard to trust any information that's on the internet? Like every time I look on the internet, I'll see something and it looks real. And you'd be like, oh, it's not even real. You got to damn near ask Gronk or ChatGPT, is this article even real anymore? I done seen people actually say shit that ain't really say that. Like they using the AI to actually make people say shit that they ain't even saying no more. So now it's very confusing where to get the information. Do you find that to be a problem now?
Of course. Now, AI is taking over.
Yeah.
And people got to understand this is how our world works, right? They start putting information out in the world a certain way to start manipulating us. And the AI is going to take over, whereas though now you can see little things with AI that you might know that's not real, but they're going to make it whereas though you're not going to be able to tell at all if it's real or not, because it controls the mind. The manipulation is what controls us. A lot of people think things are real that are not real because of what they see. Now, if they put these things in front of us, what they doing with AI that are making us think things is real, it's starting to manipulate the brain. It's certain people that go back and forth. Yeah, that's real. No, that's not real. And you don't even know. But they started with the AI manipulating us. It started before the AI, but it's taken over because the internet. They had to find a way on the internet to manipulate us from their control. And the AI is what they doing it with.
Do you find AI helpful to your brand at any point?
I don't find AI helpful to my brand, but it can be to some people that want to do just AI content.
Gotcha.
You know, because some people there's some channels out there that just do AI content, right, and they making money off the shit, but it's manipulating the people. Like, they'll put information about a certain celebrity into the AI, and AI will draw up a whole video, and it'll draw up the words, and it'll draw up what they're saying, and it'll make information up about a person, and then they'll put it out, and people start believing it, and it's not even real. So it's beneficial to that platform because they're making money, because they really don't care about manipulating you, but it's misleading you. It's making you think that that's real, and it's really not real about the person. So it could be harmful to the people, but it's beneficial to the creator.
That's crazy. Now, you know, it's so crazy with this whole AI shit in general, bro. Like, where do you see it going?
I see it getting big.
Yeah.
I see it getting big. And, you know, you see they got the robots and different things going. Yeah. It's like that shit is taking over. And this is how they introduce everything to us. They slowly put it out there. And then before you know it, a lot of things is going to be taken over, and it's going to bring more crime. Even though they got ways of solving the crime because of all this technology, but it's going to be people that don't have, they need, and it's going to bring more crime behind it from what I see, because it's going to start taking over jobs, and it's going to be moving people out because they're not going to need you. The robot going to show up on time every time and be right there. When you call out, the robot don't got to call out because the robot ain't got no responsibility. You got responsibility. Yeah. So the technology that they're building is going to take over, and it's going to start moving people out. But people don't understand it because they're not paying attention ahead of time. They're just looking at, okay, yeah, the robots is coming. What do you think they're bringing the robots in for? So that they can start moving the people out. Ain't gonna be no calling out. They got somebody here every time. So you call out, all right, that's it for you. We don't need you no more. Now you wonder, oh, I lost my job because they got somebody to replace you. And, you know, a lot of people be thinking that they the only ones that can do the job. Right. You know, somebody get a job, can't nobody do my job. I'm the only one that can do it. It's dead, always somebody.
Yeah, it's dead now. I gotta ask you this. You have a dope concept, right? Where people can call into the show. Yeah. Right. What are some of the, give me 3 of the hot topics, like when people call in, which was some of the dopest shit that people called in about?
The dopest stuff that they calling about, you know, when we talk about, you know, because we talk about whack a lot. So, you know, we talk about whack, you know.
She said, hey, I don't need no PTO. I just had to throw that in there.
Yeah, they don't. They don't. They there every single time. They there every single time.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, we talk about no jumper, what's going on out there. You know, we talk about the things that's going on in the world. Whatever's going on in the world, we like to talk about it, and the manipulation. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people being manipulated by these people on the internet. So, you know, we like to cover whatever's in the news. You know, they got the situation that just happened out there in LA, you know, where it was a shooting out there close to, you know, Black Sam's Marathon Burger, you know, and out of this whole time, right, Wack ain't said nothing about Black Sam. I'm going to tell people, though, how he targets people. When he feels you are in a situation and you're in a hot seat, he starts talking about you, and then he wants to draw the negative attention to you. And this is what happened with Black Sam's situation. Now, you know, you hear Wack talking negative about the man. He even said Nipsey Hussle had a gay sex tape, and then turns around and says that it wasn't never a tape, that it wasn't never nothing gay on the tape. So it's
That's insane, bro. What?
Dude,
I never knew he retracted. That's insane, bro.
This shit's crazy, you know? And I want to tell the people like this, right? You know, this is some real shit. Wack literally said some shit that I want, you know, the people to hear, right? Dude got some issues going on, right? And he told everybody that if his girl was a transgender, he wouldn't stop doing what he's doing with her. And I want y'all to hear, listen to this shit. Listen to this shit. I need everybody to listen to this shit. For a grown man to say something like this is wild. Hold on, let me put this on here. Dude said if his girl was a transgender, he wouldn't stop. For a man to say something like that, you know what type of individual he is. Listen to this shit right here.
Studying, I've been reading up on transgenders. Everything y'all do.
Okay.
Everything y'all do.
I don't know.
Nadi, you have to, like right now when you talk, you know your brain is the message center, right?
Listen to him.
I've been reading up on transgenders. Everything y'all do.
Okay.
Everything y'all do.
I don't know.
Nadi, you have to, like right now when you talk, you know your brain is the message center, right? PTR. See the PTR? See that? No filter.
Nah, don't that wax.
No filter, no makeup.
That's a man, wax.
Huh?
That's
Fox is a man?
I think so. Is that the same? Is that the same Fox that be over in the other room? The one that Baltimore Fox? Is that Baltimore?
Bring Fox up.
Is that Baltimore? I don't want to disrespect. My bad. We got another Fox.
Let me go to the Charlie. Hold on.
Yes, it is. It's the trans.
It's the trans.
This is why.
I'm gonna keep it 100. If I found out this morning that R&B was a transgender, I done been up in this thing so motherfucking much. I ain't gonna even go nowhere, my nigga. So I understand. But evidently, this is a real woman.
So for a man, you know, a heterosexual man, why would you say, what would that even be in your thought process to say that if your woman was a transgender, you wouldn't stop? I don't see no straight man ever saying anything like that. And over there on Clubhouse, right? All of the people that rock with Wack, they have to accept this transgender that's over there, and nobody can disrespect them. The transgender can say freaky shit to them. They can't say nothing back. I've heard Wack disrespect all the women out there, but he won't say anything foul to this transgender. So when I hear this brother saying that if he thought his woman was a transgender, he would keep going, it let me know what type of individual he is. You feel me?
Man, the whole world freaked out, man. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, bro. That shit crazy. Man, let me ask you this. Do you think you're bullying Wack?
No, not at all. See, I'm gonna tell you, and he tries to report me and says
I would too, nigga. What are you talking about? This nigga on my head.
Yeah, he tries to report me, right?
This nigga gone. Shit.
It says, yo, he's bullying me, right?
Yeah.
But what does he do to everybody else? All I'm doing to him is what he's doing to everybody else.
Yeah.
You know, if he runs around the internet and threatens people and makes people do certain things and then, you know, wants to call himself expose them, and then he made fake paperwork up on T Grizzly. He makes fake paperwork up on different individuals.
Why do you think he does that?
Because he wants to, you know, make things look a certain way. And it's a crime to make up fake legal documents and put them out there as if they're real. That is a felony. So he ain't never worried about being questioned about it. That lets you know right there the character. You know, dude said, you know, he was providing the guns and shit for Big U and, you know, the Crips to kill himself. Listen to this shit.
I know the nigga, bro. I know him. Know him, his family. I know him, bro. He ain't running. I think them niggas don't run down like that out here, bro. Don't believe the hype. You do not believe the hype. 6ix9ine, one of them niggas blocked the harder that they was violated them niggas, bro. What that tell you? Nobody was good in the afternoon, bro. It's real shit. It ain't what it used to be, bro. You know what I'm saying? Right. Ain't none of this shit what it used to be, bro. And that nigga 55 years old, bro. He's scared to go back to jail.
I mean, you know what? My whole thing is, as long as I got a fair fight, niggas come at me and I got heat to hold myself down, I don't give a fuck. I just don't want to be in a position where niggas got heat to me and I gotta be humble.
Whenever you land out, bro, that ain't the problem.
Right. This is all I want you to think about. They talk a lot of shit about Wack. We in LA. You see them niggas coming playing with me? Nope. I'm out here moving. All my cars is bright. Everything I drive is noticeable. Nigga, they see me. Nigga, posting flyers where we gonna be at clubs, all that. Concerts, all that. Studio, like, bro, like, these niggas be talking. You know what I'm saying? Right. They talking, bro. They be talking, bro. Them same niggas you talking about when they went to war, guess what they had to come see to get their tools, bro? Pick you all up. Whack. Crip niggas gotta come see me. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, they go to war with each other, so I don't fuck them niggas kill each other all day long.
Yeah, so again, with that, right? He's saying them niggas had to come see me. So it's like, once again, he's tapped in with the streets still. I don't, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's for all the people that say, man, he ain't this, he ain't that, he ain't that. He's something because he making calls. And you can't, how do you make a call if you don't have no level of status? So the question is, why does he get to make calls from that side if he don't got no status, bro?
At one point, he was running around with Suge Knight.
Right.
He was running around.
But nigga, that was the 90s. We talking about 2026.
He was running around with them in the 2020s.
Yeah, for sure.
And he stopped messing with Big U in 2021.
Right.
Something like that, right?
But even that, he was with Big U.
Yeah. They found out he was them people. Once they knew that he was them people, everybody starts separating themselves from him.
But who is everybody? And that's the part. That's what I'm saying. This is where it gets weird because, like, you got a loose cannon who's a Crip nigga that fuck with him. You got all these niggas that fuck. It's just weird. Like, I don't know what's going on out there.
The opportunities.
Yeah.
See, these dudes think that they're going to get an opportunity to be in the spotlight, right? And Wack tells them, I know this person. I know Birdman. And, you know, they might see him communicate with these individuals, right?
Yeah. Even that, the niggas, they gotta, come on, bro. We got to get a nigga some, like, I don't want to be the nigga that just don't give a nigga no credit when he got, I got to say, number one, he's entertaining. He is a funny nigga to listen to.
But he lame, though. Because he lining these people up.
That's funny, though.
He lining these niggas up, though.
Yeah, for sure.
He lining them up, though.
For sure.
And he act like he not. Now, with Big U got locked up, and before he got locked up, he said the man was going to get locked up, and he had a body he was facing, and the DNA was under the fingernails. The DNA wasn't even under the bull fingernails, man. It was just that Wack hyping it up.
Give me 3 things you believe about Wack.
I believe that he working with the law. I believe that he's a liar. I believe that he's a fruitcake. Straight up.
So you don't believe nothing that come out of his
I don't believe nothing. Nothing. Listen, the boy said, now, Adam just called him out the other day. The boy said he had a diaper company.
Incredibles, right?
It don't exist. I called Amazon on live. Amazon said the diapers ain't in nowhere. They not in Africa. They not in America. They nowhere.
Damn, he been promoting the hell out the diapers for a long time.
Adam just called him out.
But I thought those were Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon.
Man, they not dealing with him. He used Nick Cannon to promote it, man. It's over. None of them people. Listen, Wack knows these people, right?
Yeah.
And I really think that Wack
So can we give him a good marketer?
Yes, he knows these people, right? So he uses these people, and then he knows information about them.
Yeah.
The manipulation. They done some dirt behind the scene. You know, Wack, you don't want this to come out.
Yeah.
We gonna keep that from coming out. I'm gonna do you a favor. He act like he doing them a favor to manipulate them. But the diapers don't exist nowhere. You can't buy a diaper nowhere. I called Amazon on live. Amazon, the dude was laughing. I told him I want to buy some of the diapers. He said, man, they don't exist.
That's crazy, bro. Real quick on SBGB, right? There's like almost 12,000 people in here right here. I want you to promote your channel, what you do real fast before we get to the next topic.
Okay, yeah. It's SBGB TV on YouTube and all platforms. You know, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter.
We actually got him on the TikTok, so follow him. He's in the thing.
Twitter, Kick, all of them, every platform, Facebook, everything is SBGB TV. And, you know, I do a live call-in show every day where people can call in And, you know, I give the people a voice as well as I do so that you can chime in on the topic and people can hear you. Because, you know, some people, they just want to be heard. And I give people a chance to talk, you know, and some people feel like, you know, it make them feel good that they got a place where they can come speak out to the public. You know what I'm saying? So I do that every day. You know, I got the merch on sbgbtv.com. And, you know, if you know, people want to email me anything, they can email me at sbgbtv@gmail.com. Everything is sbgbtv, and we go live every day. It's a live call-in show. And, you know, we just going hard in the paint. We got 2 channels. We got SBGB and we got SBGB Worldwide.
That's dope. Real quick, the Big U case. Break that down real quick for me.
Okay. The situation with the Big U case, right? Big U was, you know, allegedly running around extorting people, right? And
I don't think there's no allegedly about that one.
Listen,
that nigga was extorting.
I just say that.
Check
you know,
in, nigga.
Yeah, listen, and he was doing that, right? And, you know, I had the call-in show for a while now. People done called me, right? Literally, and said, yo, Big U was serious, right? They said Big U was extorting people left and right, celebrities. He was even extorting the people on the food carts out there. They said Big U was running pressure on everything, right?
Yeah.
Now, Wack was scared of Big U. Now, I'm just going to be real because he ran down on Wack at the concert, right? Wack had the thing on him, you know what I'm saying? And he admits it, right? But why had a thing on you? People run down, you don't bust nothing. You just pull it out to scare him, but you talk about you going to deliver. So Wack was scared of Big U. Big U wanted to get at Wack because Wack was running around talking so negative about the man. Now, Big U was running pressure on Dale. And Dale was the guy that owned the dispensary. It was a dispensary that wasn't licensed, but it was open. You know, some of these dispensaries that be open, they let them open even though they don't got the whole license. And, you know, they don't really run the pressure on them like that. But then you got hood jokers that'll come through and run the pressure on them. Big U had Loose Cannon and some other individuals running pressure on Dale. So Dale called my show. He called into the interview on my show and everything. The only person that Dale ever talked about anything publicly was with me on SBGB TV, right? And Dale is victim 1. He's victim 1. You know, they got another guy, Molly Mall, victim 2, right? These are the guys that are testifying against Big U because Big U was running pressure on Molly Mall. He's a producer. He had a club, you know, and he had a studio, and that's where they said the studio that the young boy was allegedly at before he was supposed to be unalive, right? So the feds ran pressure on Molly Mall and Dale because of Wack. Wack, Dale, and Molly Mall all worked together to get the indictment on Big U. Now, Dale, he was running around making the extortion payments from the feds. The feds was giving Dale the money to take the Big U, $1,000, $2,000 at a time, and they was monitoring the whole situation. Now, you got Molly Mall that's giving information about Big U and about being extorted by Big U and him coming to the studio. Then Loose Cannon was sent to Wack. You know, Wack pushed up on him. So Wack kept Loose Cannon with him for 13 months. They ran around to the date of 13 months for the investigation of the Big U case. He got all the information. There's information that's not even out there yet about what Loose Cannon has said to Wack. Wack was just getting all the information about what's going on, how he extorted Dale. And the first time he took him on an interview, to talk about that on No Jumper. Yeah. Then he took him to academics to talk about it, to make sure that it was publicly out there so that Wack doesn't have to corroborate the story because he put it out there himself. But Wack put Loose Cannon in a position. So Wack is getting the information from Loose. He tells the feds about Dale and Molly Mall providing him the information. So Dale and Molly Mall tells Wack everything that's going on. Wack send it to the feds. The feds go to Dale and Molly Mall. I already know everything that's going on. I know everything. They get the information out of them. They bring the case together. While they work all together, lock the information, the indictment come down. This is why they didn't run down on Loose Cannon for the no jumper situation, because Wack was doing the investigation for the Big U case. And now, if you pay attention to Wack now, all he does is talk about the case and act like he don't have no involvement. But he's the whole one put it together. Soon as Wack started talking about that homicide with the little boy, Loose Cannon got nervous. That's when the indictment came down.
Do you think Big U has any chance in hell?
No. I don't think Big U has a chance because there's too many witnesses. His own homies, the boys that was running with him, they going against him. So his homies is going against him. You know, you got Wack, Loose Cannon, you got all the people, 600, dude 600 used to roll it. See, Big U, and this is why you can't install fear in people. Because when you install fear in people, this is how they come at you. You know, all that street shit go out the window. Big U had these jokers feared. They was all scared. All of them, all them niggas talk all that high power shit, Wack get on the internet, they talk all that cannon shit, but they was all scared. They all foo-fafu. And now that he locked up, they got louder. But Big U could feel it. He could feel it because how they was talking. They was talking about cases. So I don't think Big U has a chance in hell of beating the situation. You know, the feds is playing with his paperwork. They don't want to give him all the information because it's so much information that they done got through from Wack and Loose Cannon. They can't reveal it all. They got to play with him with the shit. And you know, and it's something that people got to understand. The feds run this country. The feds run the country. It says United States of America when they indict you. They run the whole country. So when you get in a situation with them, they gonna play unfair. They're not gonna play fair.
Right. For you, like, we got the Wack 100. What is another case that you feel is slept on that ain't talked about enough?
The Epstein case ain't talked about enough. You know,
that's a big fact. Well, yeah. Is there something that you read in there that stood out?
All the celebrities.
Well, because that's what I'm saying. With the Epstein shit, it was so much misinformation. I didn't know what. I'm like, bruh, this shit is just too crazy. So what celebrities, was it Jay-Z really? I know they said they sent the email about it, but was that
Jay-Z
a real thing?
was in there. They said a whole bunch of people. I think Pusha T, Bill Clinton. It was a whole bunch.
Bill Clinton did a deposition, so we know he.
So, you know, and the thing about these people, they know. You get what I'm saying? Bill Clinton, you know, Trump and them individuals, they know if they say anything implicating themselves of being around it, they have no shot. See, and this is what, you know, and I just got to be real with some of the black people. They get in situations and they think that talking to the people is going to help them. Talking to law enforcement about anything never helps you. They only make a case off your conversation. So Bill Clinton knows this. He's the president now. He done watched many other people go down. Trump knows this. The president now. They're not going to say, I was doing this with Epstein. I don't care what you see in that paperwork. I'm not going to make a case against me. So it's a lot of people that's in there that know if they speak out about anything with that Epstein situation, all they're going to do is make a case for themselves. They see what they did to Elaine Maxwell. You try to justify anything. No, I wasn't there. I didn't know nothing. Yeah, I didn't know this was going on.
The craziest part about this whole thing, right? And I just talked to Smackwater. Shout out Smack. He got us kicked off the live, but he shout out to Smack. He was basically, we were going through the Epstein thing, right? And he was like, man, the president himself is a pedophile and they're protecting him. That is the ultimate crazy thing. They are protecting a bunch of pedophiles that are in office right now.
See, and I'm going to say this to that, right? All of the people that are in position in the world, people got to understand that they have a past. See, the world looks at all of the people that are in position, the president, the governor, the mayor, all of these people that are elected, they look at them as if they've never lived life and done anything wrong. This is the image and the manipulation of the world, right? So when you look at these people, they want to keep the image the same. They don't want the image to be different. You know, and these people know if they say something, it's gonna make the image change. So we've been manipulated, man. You know, a lot of people aren't who they say they are. They just tell us who they want us to think they are. And a lot of people fall for it because they have position. People look up to them. They have a title. But when you really look into them, everybody has a background.
But even you went to the feds, and everybody
I didn't go to the feds, but I got picked up.
You got picked up. But what I'm saying, everybody that I know that went to jail and went to the feds say pedophilia is like the worst shit you could be in there.
Facts.
Like, so again, when you see a country protecting at the highest level the president, you know what I'm saying? It's trying to mess with little girls. Like, this shit is crazy when you think about it. Like, we living in the twilight zone. How did we even get here?
Because they don't really care. You got to understand this, right? The things that go on out there with that kind of shit, they really don't care. It's just that they want to keep structure so it don't get out of control. A lot of things here that go on, they fabricate and lie to us about. They want to keep things segregated a certain way. So these individuals that are doing what they doing, they don't care. You know, hey, listen, if it happened, it happened. They don't really care, but they showing us with this right here, with that case right there. If this was a case that was in a hood somewhere, everybody would have been indicted.
Boy.
Everybody. If this was in the neighborhood,
went down.
Yeah, everybody.
Super Rico.
Yeah, Rico. If this was in the sports world of the players, all the players would have went down, right? The coaches, they might have survived because they want that image, especially if they were of a different nationality. Yeah. It's like the game is fixed, but people think that it's fair. It's nothing fair going on out here. It's a fixed game, man. And, you know, if you really look at it, you can see it. It's all manipulation, and it's what they want it to be. But if you pay attention to it, it's a dirty game.
Crazy, bro. Man, on that note, man, tell the people, man, and I'm sure this ain't gonna be the last conversation we have. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you might be missing your calling with making scripts and writing movies and narration or something, nigga. You telling a story, I damn near can see it in my head. I'm like, boy, that boy painted a hell of a picture. But for those people that want to tap in and jump in the call-in show, I'm a call-in, goddammit. How when do you do the show? What is the show? When is it? Give them the information.
I do the show twice a day. Throughout the day, I do it in the daytime at different times, but at night, I do the show every night at 12:30 a.m.
That's dope.
East Coast time. So I do the show for like 3 to 5 hours. And it's every night. So if you are on the West Coast, it's 3 hours behind. So, but it's 12:30 a.m. East Coast time, 9:30 p.m. West Coast time. And for here where we at now, it'll be 11:30.
That's what's that. That's what happened. Real quick, there's any shout outs you want to give? Is any merch or anything you got going?
Shout out to Big Homie CC, my guy. Homie. Shout out to Dogface, my guy. And you know, you can go check the merch out. You know, we locked in. You know, we got this thing trademarked, sbgbtv.com.
What does that stand for, by the way?
It's not about the setback, get back. It's not about the setback. It's about the get back. Setback, get back. So, you know, we got the hats, we got the shirts, you know, we got the hoodies, and you can go check us out on sbgbtv.com. I appreciate everybody that support. You know, we got the live call and show, the numbers running at the bottom of the show. And we locked in, man. We ain't going nowhere. You know, they try to hate on us because we go so hard in the paint, but the channel's growing and, you know, the following's growing, and we got some real live, serious supporters that rock with SBGBTV because the people know that DZ keep it real. There's a lot of people on the internet that are fabricating because they really haven't lived life the way some individuals have lived. I really come from the street, right? I denounce the street. I don't want nothing to do with the streets. And I feel like all the experiences that I've had in the street have brought me to this point where as though now it's time for me to be in front of the camera and it's time for me to take my life to the next level. And, you know, people would say, oh, you don't never have no thoughts about going back to the streets. Never. I will go work a regular job before I do anything in the street. I made it through the street. Definitely, I had situations, but I went to trial. I've been to trial 5 times. I've been to trial 5 times, and I spanked shit. So I made it through all those situations that I've been through. I'm not playing with the streets. I'm a law-abiding citizen, but I can't take away what I came from and the experiences that I've had. But everything I've been through has made me stronger. And, you know, to the Most High, I appreciate, you know, taking me through the things that I've been through, sitting in the cells, the times that I've been locked up, getting arrested, everything I've been through, all that made me who I am now. And it made me a stronger person, and it made me see life in a different light. So, and shout out to real life street stars. I appreciate y'all, man, you know, for having your boy DZ on the show. For sure. And we ain't stopping.
Yeah, I think this one gonna go up, man. You already know, man. Hey, if it's one thing that I know my boy can do, he can paint that picture, man. We need to work on a movie script or something right now.
That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, now for real though, man. But hey, Delaware, the first person from Delaware on the couch, man. You already know, man. You know, this is the best part. SBGB TV, you are a real life street star, man. Yeah, let's go.
Yo, man, it's your boy DZ, man. I appreciate all y'all that be rocking with the channel. Smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and share this live, man. Shout out to all y'all that be rocking with the channel. If you're a member of the channel, put a 1 in the chat. We'll shout you out. Appreciate all y'all that be supporting the channel, man. We're gonna continue going hard. You know we coming back for the late night show. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna lay down, take me a little nap. You know, I'm gonna take me a little nap, and we going hard when we come back. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. You know, I appreciate y'all, man. Go check out the merch, sbgbtv.com. You want us to promote anything for you, email me, sbgbtv@gmail.com. Shout out to all y'all, man, that rock with the channel. That's a fact. You know, we appreciate everybody, man. You know, that rock with the channel. You know, it's your boy DZ, man. C Brown, RM, Bless Naja Beauty, Jam Meeks, Trees, Ike, Run the Table. Man, you know, I appreciate all y'all. That's a fact. You know, hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Hit that subscribe button. Yeah, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. And we be back for the late night show. We're gonna get it cracking. You know what I'm saying? We ain't playing no games. We locked in. Your boy DZ, appreciate y'all. Y'all know what it is, man. It's not about the setback. It's about the get back. Nah.
Came out the mud, now we map out the stuff. Hands on the wheel, got my life in the car. Up and down roads, I said ain't for me. Now I run routes like a wide body Jeep. Selling work out the trunk, I was freezing at lights. Eating chips for dinner, counting quarters at night. Now it's bags in the back, got them strapped to the seats. Every mile one prayer, one now police. State line after state line, I was chasing a shot. Every mile marker felt like a kicking clock. Hit a rest stop shower just to rinse off the pain. Then I double that flip, did it all again. Highway to the million, I'm never there. Turn that stress into stone.